Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Drunkards and Dragons, a show where we roll some dice, have some drinks, and try not to die to either of those things. Before we get started, I just want to say we are nearing our 50th episode, and it's meant so much to me that, we've had so many returning people every week, so many people supportive, and on Twitter especially. I love you guys' Twitter comments. And everyone who's been monthly subscribing with their Amazon Prime, fantastic. And if you don't know what Amazon Prime is, basically if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to a Twitch channel for free. It doesn't cost you anything, helps us out, and it's no additional cost to you. That being said, let's jump into what happened last time. As soon as the party left the frozen kind of pocket dimension where they had fought the dragon, they came to see that Vanden was still very much so frozen over. As they left the city and began exploring the countryside, they saw that it's spreading further from Vanden itself, and that it's not just localized there, but seems to be spreading further and further. Seeking to find some kind of mage or wizard or someone who could help in closing the portal, they decided to head to Fallgard, Varys' hometown, where they had a brief stop in the mountains with some bandits, and then chartered a ship to Fallgard and spent a few days on the icy, frozen waters. Made very much more pleasant by the free booze and the sea shanties that Varys helped provide the music for. In getting there, they had a lovely family reunion with Varys' uncle and one of his old friends as well.
I don't know if I would call it lovely.
His old acquaintance Vino, who seemed to have won his uncle's house in a game of cards, as well as, through some resource, was aware that the party was looking to try and get their hands on the book they had found in the museum, which had housed many different relics and tablets and things that just screamed how old and ancient they were. Vino had claimed that he had a copy of it, and the one in the museum was actually fake. And so, if they fight in the arena for him, an underground circuit of entertainment and bloodshed in the pits of Fallgard, he would, as long as they win, would allow them to look at the book. So that's where we're at now.
So he's basically enlisting us into an underground cockfight on his behalf to get him monies.
Well, he's betting on you, so. Well, no sweet
Is it that kind of cockfight?
Yeah. As long as you guys win, he's betting on you. So if you make him money, he'll help you guys out. As well as the money that Varys would be making for his winnings as well will go towards getting his uncle's house back. So you guys have a few days before you have to worry about any of that stuff.
Yeah, I assume that we're staying at the inn.
That's a drunken wizard, yes.
So, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I come back with just like mass amounts of shopping bags, just full of like ink. Also, I have a quiver with some arrows on my back now.
It's not as cool as my quiver and arrows,
Nope.
There's not much I want to do over the past few days. It's really just, I don't necessarily like the town so far because there's little ragtag children trying to rob me everywhere. So I'm probably just gonna try keeping my head low and just like talking to, like, mingling in the tavern.
Okay.
For like information or like getting to know the town or whatever.
A day before Vino comes and wants to make sure that you're all not gonna step out on him, and that reminds you of how high the stakes are.
How high are the stakes?
Well, I own Varys' house, so I just could burn it to the ground if I wanted. Doesn't bother me none. If you got an attitude problem, you know that?
Yeah.
Use that in the arena. Perhaps you'll survive.
I won't kill for you.
It's not up to me. When,
We'll
did you
see
want to
what
place
happens.
bets, you said?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
No.
Terrible person. Oh, that's Ithlin for you.
Well, how much you want to bet? And on who?
Let's see, how much money do I
You're gonna
have?
bet on yourself, aren't you?
I'm not fighting.
What? Why isn't he fighting?
He doesn't want to.
I don't want to fight either.
Well, it's too late for that now. Let's see, I've got quite a bit of gold actually. I'm going to bet 2,000 gold on Varys that he's going to win.
The whole thing.
Those are quite small odds. Varys is our returning champion, but some people have stepped in since he's been away. If you win, it would be a fair wager. If you win.
I have faith in Varys.
Well, I'm happy to take your money. And he kind of like snaps his fingers, and the two goons that are always with him kind of come over and just hold out their hands, waiting for you to give them the gold.
I do.
One of them kind of picks it and goes, shh, 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 shh. And he's like, ha ha ha.
Oh, good. Probably never going to see that again.
Real verbal. Those guys.
It's okay. I still have all that dragon money.
Kind of
so.
adjusts his really nice suit he's wearing. He's like, it's a pleasure doing business with you all. And see you tomorrow. I'll come and fetch you in the afternoon.
Alright, it's afternoon it is. Later, Vino.
And I'm not feeling well, so Ithlin's not feeling well. So he's going to proceed to walk over and order some hot water and make some tea.
Tea's actually very common here, so.
Oh, good.
Kind of lists off a couple. He's like, do you want black, green, dragon leaf?
What's dragon leaf?
Oh, it's very enjoyable. It comes from this, don't know if you've been there, it's called Bon Yang. It's, all the way across the country.
I'm intrigued, and I order some.
Okay. A few minutes later, he kind of comes over with this glass and puts a couple, like, there are these really, really bright red leaves. Drops a couple in there and he starts running them down in the glass. Then he pulls a pot, or ladle of hot water off of the pot and kind of pours it in there. And as soon as he gets it, it smells, it's like kind of spicy, but at the same time it has a weird kind of like sweet, kind of like exotic fruit kind of smell to it. But it's kind of like, the best comparison I have is it'd be like mango and jalapeno, kind of.
Sounds wonderful.
So you immediately smell that, and it kind of clears up your sinuses almost immediately as you're just like, that's very strong tea. And he kind of slides it over to you, and it's beginning to turn into like this really pretty kind of like amber red color.
Very good.
Drinking it is kind of how I describe the smell is, where it's very, very sweet at first. You're like, that's delightful. Then like your tongue starts to kind of like tingle. It's like it's also spicy for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, like, do anything else?
I want to go to the barkeep and order, like, a bottle, as
Okay.
well as just, like, a couple cups.
Okay.
Like 3.
Okay.
Alright. Specifically a bottle of, like, vodka.
Okay. That's imported, I'm afraid.
That's
it will
fine.
be a bit extra. Standard bottle of booze would be a gold, but this will be 3, I'm afraid.
Alright. Yeah. Here's 3 gold.
You hear your uncle in the background go, I hope you're ordering some for me.
Oh. I'll need another glass.
Pulls 4 glasses down. And he glares at you, and then to your uncle as he's like not supportive of even him booze in the slightest. He's just like, but business is business.
Yeah. You guys all sitting at the same table?
Gonna go with yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I sit down at the table and I sit directly across from Alexia, and then I put the glasses out and I'm like, guys want a drink?
I'll
No.
take some.
Okay.
Yep.
Sit yourself, and I pour a glass for him anyways. In case you change your mind. So, any
This
questions
vodka,
about...
So it kind of smells like paint thinner.
Oof.
That's not really refined to today's standards.
Any questions about the arena? What to expect down there? I will say, in all the times that I was there, that they didn't really have ranged combatants. It's more of a, like, mano-a-mano type style. The crowd really likes the, really dexterous people like myself and yourself that, can weave in and out of danger and dodge blows that they didn't think you could dodge, and getting people and, you know, like messing with them, doing the whole dodge and spin around them and hit them in the back of the head and look at this guy type of thing. Or the other thing that they really enjoy is the big brutes that crush people like us in, you know, one fell swing. So there's that.
Well, I'm not here to give entertainment to the people.
Fair enough. Just know that, usually it's the crowd that decides who's the winner and who's the loser, and they definitely like a good show.
What if they demand it's a fight to the death?
If it's a fight to the death, then it's a fight to the death. I'm afraid. Don't give me that look.
How many have you killed, Varys?
In the pits? Dozens more, maybe. It's a hard life. There's a reason I wanted to get away. Although, ironically, all we ever do is kill things for no reason, without ever trying to talk to them once.
You really need to let that go.
I don't know about that.
Do you know anyone else who may be fighting?
I wouldn't know until I got there. There might be a few people that I remember, other champions, they call them. But, they could have died, they could have moved on, it's been a while.
Do you think there's any other way for us to come across the book that Vino has in his possession?
Book? What book?
Wasn't it a book?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there for any of that.
Wasn't he talking about if we wanted to look at if we wanted to see the book, we would fight? You were there for that talk.
If you wanted to see the book, you would fight.
Oh. Okay, regardless, there's a book that I want to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Any other way I can get it aside from fighting for him?
Really? I didn't know you could read. Interesting. What makes you think that Vino has it?
He said he had it. Said
Probably
the
has it.
copy in the museum is a fake. Somehow he has the only true copy.
Well, if it's a book containing magical secrets, I'm sure Vino would have done whatever he could to get a hold of it. Vino is, of course, the most powerful wizard I've ever met.
You're joking, right? He's a gnome.
Yes, he is a gnome, but you shouldn't judge someone based on their appearances. Well, I know it's hard for you being a full elf and everything, you're full of contempt. But, Vino probably has more power in his little finger than either of you combined.
His very little finger.
Yes.
Do you have any idea who this mysterious fighter or champion, whatever they called her, do you have any idea who she may be?
No idea. I really hope I don't have to fight her, though. It'd be a shame to be forced to fight to the death and kill a beautiful woman. Although if she's, the champion of the arena, maybe she just looks like a dog and I wouldn't feel so bad. But, yeah. Honestly, they might have the two of you fight. Girl-on-girl action does not happen very often in the arena, and that drives the crowd wild.
Wonderful. Savages. They'll love it.
It's just good sport.
So, are there any rules in the pit? Or does anything go?
They really do not like people casting magic during the fight. Specifically the contestants. It's more of a just, like I said, mano a mano, mundane weapon against mundane weapon. Use your body as best you can. Although, in the past I've dealt with a couple people that have tried to cheat.
We don't carry mundane weapons.
Right, but in the pits, you're not really allowed to use your own weapons. They just ask you what you have a preference for, and they'll provide you with something. But
and if I say I have a preference for bow and arrow, they won't give it to me?
I don't know. They might have changed how they operate. This is just what I remember, personally. But yeah, there have been the occasional cheaters. Some people somehow manage, I don't know, maybe they shove poison vials in their rectums or something and retrieve it later, but some people have had poison-coated blades when I've fought them, and I pull down my shirt and you can see a scar, almost directly above my heart. Yeah, I almost died one time. Got hit with a poison that slowed my reflexes just a little bit. Had I been slowed a little more, I would not have been here talking to you. Other ways I've suspected of cheating is, confirmed more now that I've traveled a bunch and am more powerful and versed in the ways of the arcane. I feel like there are some people in the stands that bet on certain fighters. You could call them the owners of the fighters. Some of the fighters are slaves, so the owners are sometimes spellcasters of a certain degree that can get away with casting magic on some of the combatants. I feel like in some of the fights that I would inflict a wound on somebody and magically their wound would just close up.
So there really is no honor in this entertainment, as they like to call it?
Well, I mean, people like a good show, and sometimes things like that make the show that much more enjoyable for the fans. I mean, it's no fun if someone gets eliminated in the first 10 seconds.
Well, sounds like we don't really know what we're up against until we go.
Right.
Great. I have no more questions.
Okay. I begin pouring my 4th glass of just straight vodka.
It's more like moonshine at this point, honestly. Given how unrefined it is.
My man.
Moonshine is awful.
Yep. So if nothing else, the evening kind of continues, and other than some hilarious antics from Uncle Anton as he drinks more than he should, as always, it's kind of a somber night. You two in particular have that kind of heavy weight, now that you both know what you're up against, and for Varys it's bittersweet as he heads back into a place that he thought he put behind him. But morning comes and you're served breakfast, and around the afternoon time, Vino comes in and... Good afternoon, lovelies.
Hey, boss.
He's not your boss.
Today he is.
Have some goddamn dignity.
Right, anyway, mouthiness aside, ready to go with what?
Yeah. I think we're ready.
What can we take with us?
You can take whatever you want, but those pretty little weapons you're all carrying don't do you good.
Very well. I put my weapons into my bag of holding.
Hmm.
Keep it safe.
No.
Hey, do you got any extra room for this stuff? And then
Fuck no, thanks. That shit's too heavy.
Oh, dang it.
I still have all my Dargan stuff in my bag. I'll put it in the backpack, leave it with Iflin.
Yeah, I'll carry it.
Yeah, do you mind? I'm gonna give you one of my scimitars, as the other one is in a extra dimensional plane, and I'm gonna give you the bow
Okay.
and the arrows.
Right, well, if everyone's ready, let's be off. And he kind of rubs his hands together. He goes, "So a lot will be money to be made today."
Can we wear our armor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then I just put my weapons away. I'm good.
You can wear your armor. But,
That's what I am on.
there.
So you just have me and my armor with my bag of holding and all my
You'll,
weapons stored.
You'll
so.
find out. Anyway.
Oh, dicks.
So Vino takes you through some of the shadiest parts of Fallguard you've seen yet. And these dusty, dirty back alleyways. And you notice that some people kind of come out and, like, some of them have, like, you can see them just out the corner of your eye pulling out a knife ready to, like, mug you guys. And they see Vino, they back up into the corner again. He walks through here with no fear, complete confidence, even a little bit of, like, a skip in his step.
I don't get it, but alright.
After a while, he brings you to a brick wall.
We're finally gonna see some magic.
Sorry, nothing pretty like that, darling. And he kind of looks around for one of the bricks, and you see him do that for a couple seconds. He goes, "Ah!" And he puts his ring up to it, and you hear a slight click.
Lame.
And then the wall kind of starts to split apart. And there's this real horrible smell of, like, body odor and, like, blood hits you immediately. And just steps down into the underground.
I'd forgotten what that smells like.
Best
Not
not
pleasant.
hope you didn't forget too much.
Yeah. Really just slaps you in the face.
Mm-hmm.
It's not before long. You guys walk for a couple of minutes. And you start hearing the light kind of, like, chanting, and the light kind of, like, screaming and stuff like that. And you walk for a few more minutes, and you've been walking for about 10 or so minutes at this point. And it's just getting louder and louder. Just you hear it, you can tell it's cheering of some kind, as well as just large sounds of, like, steel clashing against steel and things of that nature. The smell is getting worse the entire time. Then eventually it's about 15 minutes at this point, you get the feeling you're deep underground. And you can hear it now, just the full-on sound of battle happening and the crowd going wild. Very similar to when you fought in the arena, actually. Although, much cleaner that experience was.
More dignified, was it?
Yes. And you come into this room with several other people kind of dress like Vino, whereas they're kind of well dressed and out of place even in a place like this, but you see with them a few different people you recognize as other contestants, other fighters. Some of them are giving some other person large sums of money, much like Ethlin did. And then you hear a couple of them say, if you fail me, your life is forfeit. Vino kind of hops up to one of the stools at this bar there, and he goes, right, I've got 2 contestants. They'll be under my flagship.
He had to get on the stool.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, Vino, what have you brought me this time? Hope they put on a better show than your last bunch.
Oh, shoot.
Come on.
Burned.
Don't you know who this is? This is Varus. He used to be the champion here.
My man.
And he goes, kind of like, well, if it isn't you.
Hello?
Think you got taller.
Perhaps.
And, who's this pretty little thing? Oh, another ill-mannered half-elf, but, we'll break her in. He kind of winks at him. And he goes, right, what are your stage names?
Oh.
Well, if it ain't broke, no use fixing it. Go with the old classic, Moon Whisper.
Moon Whisper. And, you?
That's a good question.
Come on, we haven't got all day.
Hold your horses, man.
Should we just go happy?
No. Not that I want people knowing who I am around here anyway. I don't know. Arrow shot.
Alright, sure. Right. And, what's your preferences? And he goes, I know what you like. And he kind of leaves for a couple of minutes, and, he brings back the various scimitars he used to use in this combat. And they're kind of dusty, but still have that kind of gold inlay in the handle that you earned after a while of being champion. He goes, like an old friend, isn't it? And he kind of hands them to you.
Yeah. I might grab them and I have like a Kratos moment.
Yes.
Bow and arrow.
So what's your preference?
What are you talking about? Give me a fucking bow and arrow.
It's not the kind of fight, sweetheart. Now you want a weapon, you can use your fists.
Alright, fine. Longsword.
Right, and he comes down, tosses you a longsword.
I don't know, Alexia. I don't know if you're really a longsword type of girl. I think maybe she likes short swords a little better.
Is that right?
You know, you're quick and agile. Having a lighter weapon would suit you better.
I have more experience with longsword and scimitars, though. Alright. I toss it back. Give me a scimitar.
Right, and he tosses you a scimitar. You want a shield with that?
Nope.
Dangerous, I like this one, Vino. Hope her pretty little face isn't splattered too early. And he goes, right, you know the drill. Strip.
What?
And he starts pulling a couple suits of leather, or a couple breastplates off the shelf and starts putting them on the thing. And he looks at you and he's just like, man, this probably fit you, and puts it near you and slides one towards you.
Gross.
I may or may not need you to hold this for me as I begin taking off my armor.
Who are you speaking to?
You.
You.
Oh, you're speaking to me.
Here you go.
Very well.
You have something
Please
handy
be
haversack
careful
now,
with it.
so
What?
a handy
very-
haversack.
Very fragile, despite
It's like a smaller
being
bag
really
of
good
holding.
armor.
It's fragile?
Wait, so what am I supposed to be wearing? Is it
So it's just
half
a
thing?
mundane breastplate.
Oh, okay.
It's not even made of metal, it's made of leather.
Oh my god. Okay, take my armor off and put it in our little baggie.
Okay.
Because this place is trash.
It's like just the regular breastplate set.
Yeah.
It's like 14 plus 2
Yeah.
because your dex.
Will we get 2 for dex? Mine's 5.
It's because your
Uh,
breastplate's magic for
Yeah, the breastplates restricts how much of your dex you can add, but you
Yeah.
still have your dex for like.
As you put this on, it's
Initiative,
much less fluid and
everything
light
else.
than the elven armor you're wearing, and you kind of like put it on and like it's immediately kind of stiff, and you have to get used to it, and kind of reminds you of the stuff you used to wear.
You guys want entertainment and a show, and yet you restrict us on what we're comfortable with. What we can do the best in.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, sweet thing, but
Don't call me sweet thing.
I don't know if you've noticed, but it's not like we run around here with fancy trinkets and magical armor. Who knows what people bring in? Someone might get hurt, and he kind of smiles, and kind of a grotesque smile, like discolored teeth and everything. It's got this wispy, like, mustache, greasy black hair and everything. It's like, right. Anyway. Good luck. And he's just kind of starts pulling a bottle off the shelf and slides vino a glass. And he holds one up to you and holds one up to you and he goes, good luck.
Yep.
Right.
So the two of you are led through opposite ends of this room, and you're led to a whole other area. And you start going to this room where there's lots of other people. Some of them, like I said, very out of place, wearing their noble-ish kind of attire, but here nonetheless. And there's a lot of people here, some peasants, some kind of middle class, but they're all here, this crowd just cheering and like banging on their tables in the steel cage. You two are led into a steel cage as... So, this entire area is metal chain link fence. That's the best way I can describe it. Two of you are led at opposite ends. As you come through here. And as soon as you guys have been stepping out of the stage, everyone starts cheering and the crowd is going nuts. Someone comes out onto one of the higher balconies and his voice is kind of augmented a little bit through some means, but it's much louder than typical, and he goes, "Are you ready for bloodshed?" And everyone starts cheering and screaming. He goes, "I hope you've placed your bets. We've got something exciting for you today." In one corner, our returning champion. You know him, you love him, Varys the Moon Whisperer. And a few people are just kind of like, "What?" And everyone's just like, "Oh my god!"
That was sort of a big deal around here, I guess.
And he goes, "And we have a new challenger this evening, folks. I want you to welcome," but he kind of stops for a moment. He's like, "What's her name, really? What?" Arrow Shorts. And everyone like,
Which doesn't even make sense since I don't get a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, fuck these guys.
he goes, "But who will be challenging them this evening, folks?" And you can see each other. It's just a chain link fence, so you can kind of exchange glances as the next combatants are called out. And he goes, "The sneaky buccaneer himself, Bargin Hall." Kind of comes out and
Ugh.
he's wearing kind of like velvety clothes and not much armor in general, honestly. He's much less armored than you guys are, and he kind of has this plumed hat, and as he comes out, he takes a bow and just kind of pulls his head off and bows.
Great, I'm fighting a Three Musketeer.
Kinda.
Wonderful.
Put you over here next to this.
Spectator.
Yeah. He goes, but who will take in our brave Moon Whisper? Does he remember how to fight? Well,
I'm just like,
this is a new entry, folks. He doesn't even have a name. He just simply submitted Vulin. And he, very stoic looking half-elf comes out. Grim expression on his face. Doesn't even look around. He's just kind of unhappy and stoic the entire time. And he's just like very unhappy to be here, obviously. You, understanding how things go, can't help but wonder if he was maybe forced into this role. And he goes, well, only time will tell who will walk away from this. Begin! And everyone roll initiative.
Me too.
If you would like to do something in between.
oh, nat 1!
And that one, really?
Oh, I go first by a lot.
Nat 1. Take that whiskey.
Do it.
I'm gonna roll because I feel left out.
So it's definitely the kind of thing where if you wish to try and cast spells in between these turns, as long as they are not... They essentially can only be vocal, is the only component they can have. And beyond that, I need you to make stealth checks every time you cast a spell.
I don't have anything beneficial I could do.
Okay.
It's like Snape when he was trying to protect Harry.
Kinda, yeah.
If you say so. I don't know what any of that is.
For Professor Quill trying to kill Harry.
Snape was being a bad guy and was trying to knock Harry off his broom.
That's a lie.
Okay.
Quill was
That's why we
doing
lit
it.
him on fire.
Sure, we'll use that.
Hermione set his cloak on fire, not him.
Alright.
I mean, if it's your clothes that you're wearing that are on fire, is it really just your clothes?
So
I
25
am
to 20.
separate than my
25.
from my clothes, okay.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
20 to 15. And then 15 to 10 will be... Alright, Varys, start us off.
Alright, so is this guy actually standing in between all those, or is he standing like... Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna try and do something really flashy and cool.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run forward with scimitars out, and I'm going to attempt to do a front flip over him.
Okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
20.
20.
Nice.
Easily. You start running towards him, and he barely even gets time to grab his sword on his belt, and you can see him kind of like, oh shit, as you're much faster than he anticipated, and you begin to run towards him. He starts trying to like, struggle to get out of its sheath, and then as he pulls it out, you jump completely over him and around him.
Hiya.
And the crowd immediately is just like, woo!
So I jump over him, and then I begin my assault.
Okay.
So I will strike him in the back with my first scimitar attack. And I'm just going to like hit him in the back and then go around his left side attack from the side and then end up back in front of him. So it's just kind of like he gets hit from behind and then all of a sudden like an
I'll say
circle.
that a backflip will take up a little bit of your movement, but you can actually move when you hit, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Alright, so first attack. That is 21 to hit.
That hits.
For, 10 damage.
Okay.
Alright, move. Second attack. 23.
That'll hit.
That's 7 damage.
Okay.
And then for the third and final attack. 14?
That hits.
Ooh.
Oh my.
His deck's not very high.
I'm going to use my defensive flourish. As
Okay.
that is not magical, it's just a bard thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I gotta double check something real quick. I think my bardic inspiration die went up, but I'm not 100% sure.
So if there are things you would like to do in general, like look around, try and notice
Yeah.
something, or just spy something in general, like on your turn we can have you make perception checks. What was your initiative roll?
Oh.
So he
12.
takes-
Cool. Okay.
Oh my
So you'll
god.
go right before Alexia does.
He takes 14 damage, and my AC goes up to 24.
Alright, go ahead and make a performance check.
I'm supposed to be really good at these.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23.
23. You unleash this very dexterous acrobatic barrage of attacks as you flip over him entirely, slash him to the side. He goes to swing a sword at you. You completely twirl away from it on the other side of him, not even where he was aiming. Slash him again, and then as he kind of does a complete circle around, trying to figure out where you're even at, he points a sword at you as you make your last attack, and you're standing right where you started, practically. And the crowd goes absolutely nuts. Next up is Barjan. He draws his rapier from his side and he goes, "I hate to hurt such a pretty girl." As he runs up to you.
Shield. Still doesn't work?
Good luck.
Damn it.
Maybe if you had actually taken the shield that was
Alright.
offered to you.
Can I
Yeah,
just
an
dodge
actual one.
stuff? Is it jump out of the way? Reflex.
So the first one will miss. Your AC is 17 right now currently?
Oh, 16.
16? Okay. So the first one will just
Yes.
barely miss.
Yeah.
Second one will hit though. So he comes in with his dagger and you kind of see it coming. You kind of push yourself back and you see him slightly smirk as he comes in with his rapier, just quicker than lightning, just whoosh, across your side. Take 16 points of damage as he hits a vital spot in your arm and it begins to bleed profusely and your arm kind of goes numb for a moment. I need you to make a constitution save.
Oh, serious?
Cheating.
I did warn you that sometimes they fight dirty.
Okay, so saving throw?
Yes, constitution saving throw. You should be good at those, though.
17.
17? Yeah, you're fine. You feel your arm go momentarily numb for a moment and it completely hangs limp for a second until you kind of grip it and squeeze it and you start shaking your hand. The wound across your arm bleeding profusely as well as it is just starting to sizzle at the wound immediately.
Can I, like, recognize what's happening?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Nine.
It just hurts a lot,
Not so much. Okay.
but as he does this, he kind of takes a step back and flourishes his rapier a little bit and kind of puts it into the ground like so and makes a performance check. Crowd loves it.
Okay. Sorry. What?
Next up is Valen. He's going to try and make a couple attack rolls on you. What's your AC currently?
24.
Very high, yeah. Clumsily, he swings. When you can tell he's not a fast fighter at all. He's more of a brute strength kind of power beyond speed, and you easily kind of just sidestep both attacks. Ithlin, you're up.
I'm gonna take a moment to just kind of look around and just kind of like look at the people that are in the room with me.
Okay.
Just see if I see anything interesting.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
$15.
15. You see a lot of the same, like I said, out of place nobles. You see Vino off into one of the stands. He's kind of leaning in, whispering to someone, smiling every time Varys lands a hit, and he goes, as if it's no contest. You do see out of the corner of your eye a hooded figure kind of making their way through the crowd a little bit and just stopping ever so often and then proceeding a couple more steps.
Okay. I mean, I take note of it, but I don't do anything about it.
Alright, Alexia. So, slow start, and now your arm kind of like just now beginning to return to any kind of feeling is your move.
So I get 3 attacks, right?
Yeah, you're still a fighter, so.
And it's still like, all my same stuff. I just don't get the magic stuff for the scimitar that I usually use.
You don't get the magic stuff. For just this, it would be just dexterity and proficiency to hit, and then just dexterity for damage.
Plus the d6? Yeah?
Yeah, dexterity
Yeah.
for the
So
damage.
I got that. Okay, and then dex and proficiency.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good.
Oof.
12.
Yeah. You swing at him, and he goes, "Oh, you'll have to do better than that."
19.
That'll hit.
11 damage.
All right. You cut him across the side, and you see him grab his clothes. He goes, "These were new."
20.
That'll hit.
8 damage.
All right. So again, you cut more of his clothes, and he goes, "You're a very rude little girl. I will have to show you some manners." Varys, you're up.
Bring it on, pirate boy. The witty comeback.
Finally, you're actually. I am only just beginning.
As am I.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go around in a circle again, just and end up like here,
Okay.
just attacking him as I go along.
So he tries to swing at you, and as you're moving, you duck under it entirely, and you don't even roll. You just kind of like bend backwards under it without even
Matrix.
like literally no effort. It took you 0 effort to have that kind of reflex.
All right,
You duck under it as you're continuing moving forward, still continuing your stride, not even stopping.
3 attacks. Lowest is a 22.
Yeah, they all hit.
Alright. And I'm not going to use any of my bardic stuff, so it's just... Oh my. So... 8, 18... 29 damage total.
He drops to his knees, and you see the crowd. Some of them are gasping, some of them are like, "Finish him!" And at this point, the announcer begins talking, and he goes, "Well, Volin, your first time in the arena is not favorable. But he did fight admirably. What say you?" And some of the crowd begins kind of cheering. Some of them are mostly just like, "Boo!" And he goes, "The crowd has spoke, my friends."
Iflin. Boo! Hiss!
The crowd has spoke, my friends.
Do I like hear if like about a crowd just like boo?
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
like, are you serious, bro?
I bet money on you!
So as he falls to his knees, you just kind of like, just do it.
If that's what you wish. Dying a honorable warrior's death, then.
I get money from my family either way.
I hope it was enough. And I run him through his back and out his heart through the front.
You can't just give him a swift, just like cut off the spinal cord.
So,
and just,
as he falls
stab
forward,
this.
the crowd, it's a gasp again, but not in like horror, as they're just like, "That was incredible."
I hate these people even more.
Yeah, to like dry the blood off of my scimitars, I begin like whipping them around me like really fast and like throwing them up in the air and like
Make a performance
catching them
check.
and.
I hope you fail.
It'll be really funny if I do.
Terrible.
That's 19.
Damn.
Totally fine. So, given the crowd has loved your performance thus far, you now have inspiration for your next fight.
Woo!
After that is...
I was good at what I did, okay?
I'm so disappointed in you, Varys.
He goes to make 2 more swings at you.
Our friendship meter is going down.
He flips the dagger in his hand like so, and he kind of catches it by the hilt and it's pointed down. He goes to slash at you with it.
Ding!
Again, just barely missing.
Ha!
And actually missing horribly with the second one. As he goes to flip under it, and again he tries the same feint where he tries to thrust forward after the second attack. But you see it coming this time. You just barely step to the side and you hold out your foot and you trip him. And he falls into the thing, and now his back is against the metal there, and he goes, oh! So he rolls a natural 1 to hit you.
Ha!
Evelyn, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna walk over to Vino and I'm gonna ask him.
No, my pencil.
Tell me, Vino, what do you think Varys' odds are?
Well, Varys never lost back when he was here.
Oh, really?
I made quite a bit of coin off him, actually. Then he went and left, and well, the prospects haven't exactly been favourable. Because he's doing well, but oh, the tides, how they change.
Indeed.
Would you like to make an insight check?
Sure.
That's to know if he's lying, right?
Lying, or to kind of guess his demeanor, or
Okay.
if he has any kind of hidden agenda or anything. Basically, if he seems suspicious.
Ooh, drop it there.
He's the most suspicious, shady motherfucker.
21.
21. You can tell there's definitely some kind of hidden meaning to his words just now.
See? Shady motherfucker.
Well, I mean, clearly. But
Alright, Alexa, you're up.
It's Alexia.
Sorry. He is prone at the moment, so you have advantage to hitting him.
Oh, ha! $29 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, 7 damage. And then 25 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll advantage each time, see if you crit.
Oh, each time?
Yeah,
Oh.
you have it. He's on the ground currently.
Oh, okay. Still 25 to hit.
Okay.
8 damage. $20 to hit.
That'll hit.
7 damage.
7 damage. A lot of quick and precise cuts. Nothing near a vital organ or anything like that. He's now got cuts kind of all over his arm, all over his chest, and he's kind of just like... That cocky demeanor kind of fades from his face. He's like, you bitch, you will pay for this. Nobody makes a fool of me.
Eventually, I'm gonna pull a Zorro and just carve an A in his shirt and steal his hat, and we'll be done.
I mean, the crowd might like that. Varys, you're up. So currently, you're waiting for the next match to begin, but if you'd like to do anything, you can.
I
You're just
spectate.
gonna watch?
Yeah.
Figures.
Alright. So he uses half his movement to stand up, and he does so kind of the same way where he pushes himself off the grate and lunges at you with his rapier. That'll hit. And then also, yeah, those both hit. Oh, what's wrong with that?
He's attacking right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lunges off the gate, hits you for a total of... 6. $23 damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Again, his attacks are...
21.
You definitely make it. You feel the same numbness in your other arm at this point. His attacks are precise, so precise that every time he does strike you, it's one of your vital spots, and so it bleeds much more than a normal wound would.
Can I do another intelligence?
Sure.
I don't fucking know what he's doing. 13.
13. It's...
Not quite.
It is an unknown fighting style to you, but it is definitely quick. And then as for the feeling in your arm, would you like to make one for that as well?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
11.
Fortunately, it's all you know is that Your other arm goes numb briefly before you kind of like pull it back, and now you've got blood kind of trailing down your arms, and they're both kind of festering and sizzling. This white foam is beginning to like build around it.
Seems like a poison.
Your vision kind of goes blurry for a second, and then it
He's
goes
poisoning me. What a bitch. Cheetah.
back. Ithlin, you're up.
I'm gonna glance over to where that hooded figure was.
Okay, go
Just
make a
kind of like
perception check.
see what they're doing.
20.
20. So they stop it just the right way, and they kind of look around. That you recognize the face of this individual as the tan elf you saw at the festival.
The hottie?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh no. God damn it, Ithlin. Traitor.
Ethlin's a thirsty bitch.
Oh man.
Let's see. I kind of like do a double take. I'm like, no, it couldn't have been. Then I kind of like look back at what was going on.
Alright, Alexia, you're up.
Oh, he's up. Never mind.
Yeah. So it's just normal rolls.
23.
It hits.
Oh. See what I see?
I saw that.
6.
6.
Oh, nat 20!
Ooh!
Go ahead.
Motherfucker. 6, 11.
11. So, as he goes to thrust his dagger at you again, you use the scimitar in such a way where you kind of like backward slash with it, and it hits him in the wrist, and he drops his dagger, and he kind of just like, oh! And then he goes to parry, or swing again with his rapier, and he kind of slashes to the side, and his rapier also falls to the ground. He just kind of puts his hands up and falls to his knees.
Can I pick up his dagger?
If you want to.
Okay, I want to slowly like approach him, pick up his dagger, and throw it at his hat to get his hat to like pin on the wall behind him.
I will say, not an attack roll. Make a general dexterity check.
Oh, okay.
So just roll d20 and enter your dexterity modifier.
Hey.
22.
You easily do so. You throw it, and you see his eyes kind of like close and like terror, and he like, as his hat is currently stuck in between one of the metal grates, with the dagger kind of like sticking through it, and it's there's nothing solid for you to stick it to, but it's definitely you got it off of his head.
Do I still get my third attack?
That would be a third attack.
Okay, I'm good then.
It's worth it.
But yeah, the crowd immediately begins cheering for you. And he goes, "Two fierce and fast contestants! Which one deserves to move on and which one simply deserves to live?" And at that point, it's kind of even for both sides. Would you like to make a performance check?
Oh god, my performance is terrible, but sure.
I know, but right now it seems to be in both you guys' favor.
12.
12? Let's see what he gets. He immediately kind of jumps up and he's like, "Aha! A wonderful performance!" and begins clapping for you. And everyone's kind of just like, and they start cheering for him. And he goes, "Seems Barjan is allowed to escape with his life, but arrow shot will proceed to the next round." And he kind of grabs his hat off the thing and puts his dagger away and puts his rapier away, and he goes, "You would best hope I don't see you again." As he kind of puts it on and walks past you.
What does he look like without his hat on?
He has kind of like slicked back, like blonde hair. Very, very fancy looking.
Dang, I was hoping there was like a toupee attached to the hat.
I just kind of want to like call out after him, like, "Hey, bitch, what's it like getting beaten by a girl?" As I cast vicious mockery.
What's your save?
It's pretty high now. So that is 19.
Oh, he doesn't make it.
Ugh.
Go ahead and roll damage.
I yell at him.
awesome.
I'm just like, I told
I
you
actually
I
don't
was
know how much
just
damage it
getting
does now. I
started.
think it's like 3 dice
Wait,
now.
I tell him, I told you I was just getting started. If we ever meet outside of the arena, you'd be dead quicker than you would recognize.
Oh.
Well, you know,
Alright.
with my actual like weapon and armor, like this guy had no chance.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's 3d4.
You might kill him.
That would be awesome.
Dude,
He just like faints from
Yeah.
from being talked to in a not nice way. It's 6 damage.
Yeah, he begins walking forward. He's like, "Why you filthy, disgusting!" Falls over.
Oh my! It would appear that his wounds were a bit more grievous than we had anticipated. It seems that this individual has collapsed. Can we
like
get some
to-
help over here?
I'd like to walk up and take his hat,
Okay. You take his hat.
and I put it on.
Okay. With that, the crowd also begins cheering.
Alright, then I do exactly what he did when he stepped in, and I take my hat off, and I'm just like,
Make your performance check
I
with
put it back
advantage.
on. 7.
There we go.
20.
Yeah, the crowd, all of them, not a silent person, except maybe Ithlin, I don't know what he's doing, erupt around you. Even more of a cheer than Varys got, actually.
Ooh.
You also have inspiration for your next combat.
Hey, that wouldn't have happened if I didn't shit talk that guy into dying.
That's true. He goes, well.
My man.
You guys kind of touch hands between the metal. Well. The first round of the competition are just heating up, folks. Can only hope that the show gets better and better from time on. And at that point, from the sides, 2 dwarves walk in. And they kind of come in. And some of the people come here and they pull these levers right here. As they pull them away, this part opens up for both of you to walk into. He goes, well, you've seen them fight by themselves. Now let's see if they can play well together. You two are a team for this fight. He goes, last year's champions, you know them, you love them, the Blackstone brothers. And the dwarves kind of come in. One of them has 2 axes, and he's got tattoos all over him, and like various scars, like one right above his eyebrow, like one across the face. Like you can see he's wearing more so leather straps than anything. There's scars all across his chest, and he picks up these 2 axes and he starts clanging them together like this. And then the other one starts banging his mace on the shield. Looks very similar to him.
Twin dwarves. Is that who we're fighting? Are you ready, Varys?
Yeah, suppose so.
Everyone roll initiative.
Nat 20!
Ooh, there we go.
Nice.
Wow. Well, I still go before you. Yeah, I go first.
Is your total more than her bonus with natural 20?
Yeah,
Minus 25.
25?
26.
Ooh.
That's fine.
Well, Alexia go first because with natural 20 though. It's close enough. So Alexia, Varys. Then it will be Morgan. Brenda. All right, Alexia, you're up first.
27.
All right, you run up to him.
8 damage.
That one is. How much damage? 7?
8.
8.
27 to hit.
That'll hit.
No. 7 damage.
Alright. Third attack.
Jinx me by saying 7. Oh. 19.
Also hit.
7.
7. Alright, you run up to him very, very quickly, slash through his guard. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't roll initiative.
That one. I go last.
Oh.
That's most likely you would have, but
Oh,
that was a high initiative round for everyone, but yeah, you never know.
it's okay. I'm not fighting. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So you kind of like burn your mouth on your tea.
Oh.
So cut off guard.
So you run up there quick. Whoosh, whoosh.
I like to imagine I saw that, like, babe, and I'm like, oh!
Yeah.
I just kind of like
He just like starts pouring it on himself.
spill it on myself a little bit.
That's wonderful. So you run up there, and his defense is impressive, but you just barely manage to get under each one, just whoosh, whoosh, over it, and just barely hit him each time. Bear up.
These are dwarves?
Yes.
Okay.
Both got kind of... So one of them has like kind of a long, shaggy black beard and completely shaved head, and then said tattoos and scars all over his body. The other one has his beard shaved entirely into mutton chops.
Awesome.
As well as like kind of a mohawk on.
Nope.
I'm going to dash, and I'm going to move over to this guy.
Okay.
Shit, dude.
And that's all I do.
Okay.
Teamwork.
So he's also going to run up here and protect his brother. That's all he's going to do.
Oh, man.
It goes to that guy. So the one with the shield starts begging on there, and he's like, ah! And everyone's just like, yeah! And he goes to swing on you,
Is he
Alexia.
trying to taunt us? Or just get the crowd riled?
One will hit, one will miss, and the last one will also miss. So he quickly swings his mace, and you can hear it in the air as it whoosh through the air, and you can tell if it hits, it's going to hurt. And just as you're thinking about the third one, cracks you in the ribs. You take 7 points of damage. Ithlin.
I'm just kind of distracted by spilling tea all over myself, and I don't do anything.
Okay. Alexia, you're up. If someone like next to you looks down and sees the puddle being
Nat
to, like
20.
form at you, and he's just like, "Did you piss yourself?"
No, my tea.
That's a 20.
Still going after the same guy.
So sad.
10 damage.
10 damage.
No.
We're also flanking this guy too now, so...
Oh, so I get advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. 25.
25, that'll hit.
Oh. 10 damage.
Okay.
Alright, last one. 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
8 damage.
Alright. So you get cuts all over him, and the more you hit him, though, the more he kind of just grins and kind of starts banging his hammer or his mace on his shield some more. After Alexia's verse.
Alright, so I kind of want to get the crowd in on this too, but so I'm going to do Vicious Mockery, but I kind of look to the one brother that has like the mohawk and the mutton chops, and I'm just like, hey everyone, would you get a look at this guy? This guy looks like a fucking mop that's like all fucked up. What's with his hairdo? I don't understand. Like, it looks kind of like a chicken in a way with mutton chops, I guess, but like, I understand how his brothers look, bald and a beard. It's very nice looking, but you just look like a fucking retard.
Go make a performance check, and then I'll,
man.
depending on what that is, I'll roll.
21.
Yeah. So he rolls disadvantage as the crowd just starts going, yeah, fucking moped! So, well, that might have passed, but it probably won't. That's a natural 1.
He really doesn't like
He
it.
is
So you see his expression go kind of like from like, ah, to like, oh, just confused as what's going on.
Alright.
Those are only vocal components, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just speaking.
Okay.
He's just like, my mom said I was handsome.
Yeah. So that is 5 damage.
Alright, and he gets disadvantage on his next attack.
Mm-hmm. And then hopefully my words were inspiring to you to not be a mophead, and I want to give her bardic inspiration.
Ooh, nice.
My
So-
Bardic Inspiration dice a D10 now too. So
Ooh,
Nice.
Very good.
So the dwarf with 2 axes, he's just like, snap out of it! Come on, we've got killing to do! And he runs up to him and is gonna attempt to. The brother's like, and he kind of bends down and puts a shield up.
Is he gonna like launch his brother at Widowess?
Oh.
That's a natural 20.
Oh. So impressive.
No, it's not an attack roll, so I don't give him disadvantage. So yeah, he runs up there and steps onto the shield, and his brother whoosh, launches him off as he comes spiraling down at you, Varys.
I just look up and like, oh no.
What have I done?
That'll hit.
I've caused this.
That will not hit. And the last one will hit. So he comes down and basically starts twirling in the air as his axes kind of spin around. First one kind of comes down and hits you. 9. Second one misses.
Just makes me think of that like Warhammer MMO where they fired a dwarf out of a catapult.
Yeah. And then it's a natural 20, so we'll say only a good high up in the air, so you'll take a total of 23 damage as the full force of the axes, they already hurt together, but when they come down on top of you, there is gravity involved as well. It's like whoosh, come down on top of you, and you kind of like get pushed up against the grate as he comes down. He goes to swing the third one. You just barely jump out of the way as it goes right between your legs. His brother is going to turn around on you, Alexia. Swing at you. Natural 1. Wow. That's 2 shots I have to take now. That one will hit, and that one will hit. So the first one, let's see if he can keep his balance. He gets to swing at you, tries to swing at you. Off center, you can tell he's kind of dealing with the recoil of launching his brother off of him. So he's kind of just like wobbly as he just comes at you. Let's see if he can keep it.
Can I use that against him and trip him? Like push him? Do something?
Make a dexterity check. See how fast you are. Are you faster in his dexterity? Probably,
19.
But 19? Just barely enough. So yeah, so you can use your reaction to kind of stick your foot out. I'll give him disadvantage for that then. So he just barely manages to maintain his composure as you stick your foot out, and he kind of trips over you and he spins around. Varys, if you'd like to swing on him, you can. But I'm gonna say you're kind of dazed from the other brother, so it'll be disadvantage with your AOP.
Pretty sure my 29 still hits.
Those all hit, yeah.
Jeez.
Cheers to that natural 20.
It only takes 7 damage. So, there's that.
Alright. So you don't take any damage. That's actually enough. So he trips over your foot, and you see him kind of like across his back as he falls over, and he lands right behind you. And you can see there's like a slash in the back and from the middle of his back, and you see Varys' sword dripping with a little bit of blood.
I give a nod to Varys.
Alright, Ithlin, you're up.
I'm gonna look over to the elf. Is she doing anything?
Say make another perception check. She's not moving currently, but you can't quite see her face until you make this check.
Okay. Dang it. 12.
12. All you can see is that she is slowly moving towards the section where Vino is.
Oh.
But you can't see any facial characteristics or anything beyond that.
Okay.
Alexia, you're up.
No, right. 25.
That'll hit.
10. 28.
That'll hit.
7.
7.
Oh.
Not one.
That's natty 1. So, 2 quick flurry of blows, and then you go to swing again. Make a dexterity check. 14. Just barely manage to keep your balance as you're swinging forward, and you're actually kind of getting caught up in the hype and the crowd and the excitement, and your feet are actually moving faster than your arms are, and so you're kind of swinging forward, and you actually almost walk right past him, and that momentum is too much for you to carry through, and you just whoosh, swing down, end up tossing your scimitar over here.
Oh no.
And you see the crowd just like, boo! Very straight. Sorry, here you go.
I roll my eyes and I like flip one of my scimitars around and then I like toss it to Alexia.
Okay.
I could have done some super cool acrobatics to get over there.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'll say that'll count as your free action to technically stow a weapon.
Yeah.
And that'll count on your next turn to draw a weapon. So, not that you could draw a weapon anyways, but that'll be your free draw a weapon on your next turn.
I'm gonna move over here and I'm going to attack this dwarf. Which one is this? Is this Buckethead?
No,
Mophead?
this is the one who's completely bald but a beard.
Oh. Okay. So
Mophead's dead.
be flanking, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh, 28.
Absolutely hits.
7 damage. Second attack. Nat 20.
Oh my
There
God.
we go. And that one.
Good thing it's advantage.
For 12.
Okay. Alright.
So that was 10 feet of movement. So now I have...
So, you deal a couple of quick blows and kind of scratch across them, and these ones bleed a little bit, but then you cut them deep across the chest, and you're pretty sure you added one to a scar collection.
And then I'm going to move over here. 5, 10, 15. So he can swing on me if he wants.
16?
Yeah, that hits.
Curious who's 16 right now. 6 damage. You kind of roll out of the way, and you look up, and you see you have like a slight cut across your shoulder.
I'm going to stand over the scimitar and I'm done.
Okay. You can pick it up. That was your stoa weapon. So you... Oh, you don't have an action to pick it up, then never mind. So after Varys is him, he looks right at you and he goes, "I'm gonna remember that one." And his eyes kind of like go bloodshot, and he swings on you, Alexia. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. Take a total of 27 damage. As each hit you take, there is a lot of force behind it, and it collides. Not only do you feel some of your bones kind of crack a little bit, but you just get the wind knocked out of you each and every time, just boom, boom, boom into you, and you kind of like, as he does this. Evelyn, you're up.
So she's still...
Very slowly heading towards Vino's section.
Okay. But it's kind of like...
So if you are over here, she is over here.
Okay. But it's kind of like nonchalant, not looking
Yeah,
like...
it's not with purpose or...
She's not
He's
like, I'm
down.
gonna get you!
He's down.
Oh, did he not get up?
Yeah, he's
he's
not gonna.
dead.
He's down.
Oh, he died.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you killed him.
But yeah, it's very
thought he
nonchalant.
tripped.
Like, she's
That
Okay.
too.
slowly
That's
making
the
her way
shit.
there,
You
but she's
sliced
not
him in
drawing
the back.
attention to herself. She's not trying to anyway. And the crowd is not paying attention to her at all.
Okay.
We'll say... his 2 muscle heads are over here.
Okay.
Big ass muscle heads.
I'm gonna start working my way over there too.
Okay. With the crowd, you'll be half movement.
That's fine.
So you begin to kind of start pushing your way through the crowd. So you can move yourself 3 squares.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to move fast, you can move 30, but it'll be your dash action.
Mm-hmm.
But that may draw attention to yourself.
No, I'm just gonna walk.
Go ahead and move 3 squares, whatever direction.
Yeah, towards them. Yeah.
Okay. Alexia, you're up. So the wind gets knocked out of you, kind of like...
28.
That'll hit.
6 damage.
Okay.
12 to hit.
Down, miss, unfortunately.
Oh, 13 to hit.
So you swing at him once, and it's more so instinct and reflex than actual precision as you slash him across the arm, and he seems to shrug off the blow entirely, doesn't even notice it. And you still wind knocked out of your lungs, he's just like, swinging at him, and he easily ducks to the side or pushes one out of the way with his axe. Bear, you're up.
Alright, I pick up the scimitar that is laying on the ground.
Okay.
And then I would like to 5, 10. When I get to about here, I want to do like a somersault, like a front flip kind of.
Okay.
And then attack him from behind. Like just come down with the 2 scimitars.
Make an acrobatics check.
Oh. 17?
Still very, very, it's a little bit, you not anyone else on looking notices, but you notice, you're like, damn, that was clumsy. That was not as good as it could have been. You kind of like chastise yourself a little bit in your head, but you somersault over to him.
Alright, so I'm gonna bring both of them down, so just 2 attacks.
Okay.
That is, lowest is 23, so.
That'll hit.
That's 18 damage total.
Okay.
And then.
So you see him kind of like lurch forward as you hit him, but you notice the wounds, as deep as they seem to be from that attack, he kind of shrugs them off.
I will hop over to here and swing with my last attack.
Okay.
Oh, 29.
That'll hit.
8 damage.
Alright.
And I am done.
Alright. He does look winded despite all of that, but he seems to be... Before where he'd flinch or kind of wince, he seems to not even be fazed by them at this point. But you're definitely drawing blood on him. Next up is him. He's going to turn around to you. Kind of smiles at you through these kind of like ale-stained teeth as he's sure he's got you, and he turns the Varus and swings on him. That'll hit. That'll hit. That'll hit. So a total of 27 damage comes your way. As again, he hits you with such force, just kind of knocks the wind out of you itself, and these strikes that he's doing are just full of brunt force, and you kind of, like Alexia, you see her kind of winded, and you start to feel winded yourself. Idlin.
I'm gonna continue making my way over there.
Okay. You can move yourself if you can reach it.
1, 2.
Okay. And she moves 3 squares forward. So she's kind of right next to like the square extra that seems to be for VIPs, guessing the nature of it. Vino's there with his goons as well as a couple other important looking people. And so she's kind of right next to the box they're all sitting in, just leaning against it. Alexia, you're up.
Ooh. 17.
17 hits.
7 damage. 29.
That'll hit.
6 damage. That one.
That one.
11 to hit.
So, hitting him is kind of like a rock as you swing forward, boom, boom, and he's not moving, he's not budging, and you feel your arm kind of go tingle as you do it, and so for the third attack, you try and swing it again, and it's like, ugh! Go and make a dexterity save. Or a check, sorry.
15.
You manage to hold on to the scimitar, and you don't get knocked prone either. But your arm, already wounded from the previous fight, as well as whatever, like, monstrosity of like stone this guy has become, your arm's just kind of numb at this point. You can't even feel it swinging anymore.
Can I do some sort of check to figure out like why there's such a difference in how he reacts to our attacks now?
Sure. Go ahead and make an intelligence check. I will give you advantage given you have seen this before.
God. 7.
Doesn't come to your mind, unfortunately.
Nope.
Alright, Varys, you're up.
I am tired of his shit, and I will finish him.
Okay.
Alright. That's much better. 29.
That'll hit.
6.
That's just enough. You see him kind of grit his teeth, and he's just like, "Is that all you got? I'm just gonna wear you like a rug." And goes to swing at you, and he falls onto his face.
Not what I was expecting, but cool. Yeah, like I'm getting ready to like do this like cool like flurry of blows, and it's just like, oh, I see. Huzzah!
Both of you go ahead and make performance checks. Should you wish. And do.
6.
6.
Ooh. 28.
28. So, Varys, describe what you would like to do to please the crowd.
Just kind of like Captain Morgan put my leg on like one of the dwarves and just like...
Okay.
Let's do that.
Alexia, describe what you would like to do to please the crowd.
Well, apparently I don't do it very well, but
We'll find out.
I want to take the shield away from one of them and just like take it and just like hold it up as like a trophy of like our success.
So, Varys, as you put your fat foot on the dwarf and you kind of like start running for the crowd, the adrenaline's still getting to you. And you run forward and grab the shield and you pick it up and swing it and you hit Varys right in the side. So his pose is knocked sideways and you knock him into the gate. And the crowd's just like, yeah, ooh, ooh.
Jeez, so much for working together.
I help him up.
He doesn't get knocked prone, but he gets like knocked into the grate pretty much. So his pose is completely thrown off. Not the most cleanest of friends, but they put on a good fight, right? But it's not for me to say. It's for you, the citizens of Falgard. What say you? And they all cheer, and there's no contest. You guys are a hit right now.
Do I get to keep the shield?
If you want to.
Can I use it?
If you want to, it just gives you 2 AC. They offered you a shield and you started.
Okay, so if I keep this one, what does my AC go up to?
What's your AC
18.
right now?
16.
Then it would be 18. And you're a fighter, so you're proficient at it.
You're looking pretty fancy now. You got like some big douchebag hat and like a little dwarf shield.
Yeah,
yeah.
And after that would have been
They're
his
just
turn.
trophies from my victims, okay?
So Ithlin, you're up.
I continue walking over there. I don't warn Vino because I don't like him. But
Okay, go ahead and move yourself. Alright. So, again, two people on this side kind of pull these levers, and this gate opens up, and you and Alexia walk through, and they snap them shut again. And then from this end, you're not quite sure if it's a boy or a girl.
Oh no.
It is huge
Oh, jeez.
and muscly. Kind of a dark green skin. Hair tied into several braids, kind of pushed down onto their head. Both of you guys make intelligence checks. Let's do nature.
Woo. 16. 18.
It's like a
20.
Full
You
orc.
both know this is a half-orc. They're about 7 feet tall, huge and muscly. They are wearing very little, and they seem to be wearing like female garments to cover up their parts, but they're so muscly and so toned that it's very difficult to tell, honestly. And their face is kind of pushed in. They have the orc nose, the tusk kind of spilling out onto their lips. Relatively human beyond that, but you can definitely tell that this is a half-breed of an orc and a human.
Does that mean my favorite enemy comes into play, or do they have to be full orc?
I don't know. Do you hate all orc races or just orcs? You only encountered full orcs so far, so.
Yeah, it's not full. Yeah, probably just
Okay.
full orcs.
There you go. Well, you've seen them fight alone. You've seen them fight together. Now see them all fight each other
Oh, geez.
against our champion, Mavash. And she holds up her axe. She's like, "Ah!" And everyone, more so afraid than confident, is just like, yeah, woo!
Okay.
Go ahead and roll initiative, guys.
Oh, I go
19.
first. I go first by a lot again.
Fuck you, bro.
There is... What'd you get?
24.
Yeah. And then
Dex
Alexia. Evelyn?
I've got a
Oh,
24,
suppose I'm
25,
rolling.
and a 26
Yeah.
so far. It's kind of ridiculous.
16.
Alright, Vera, start us off.
Alright, I move up 5, 10, 15 feet, and I just go to town.
Okay, go ahead.
24, and I'm going to defensive flourish because I don't want to get killed by this female.
Okay. 24 hits.
Alright. Oh, baby. 11, 16 damage.
Alright. Immediately, a deep cut forms across her side.
And then 2 more attacks.
Okay.
Both 25
They both hit.
for 9 and 8, so 17 damage.
Alright.
And I am done.
Alright, Alexia, you're up.
I will also attack her.
Okay.
16, or sorry, 26 to hit.
That hits. You have to get closer first. Do you want to flank her, or...?
sorry. Yes.
Okay, so you get advantage on that, so I might crit.
Nope.
Okay, but 26 hits.
And 7 damage.
Okay, solid hit.
15. 24 to hit.
24 hits.
7 damage.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That hits.
9 damage.
Alright. The both of you jump and kind of like very swiftly run at her and whoosh, whoosh, whoosh across her. Several cuts from both of you immediately kind of form all across her sides. And She definitely flinches and shudders at each one, but then she just goes, Ithlin, you're up.
Gross.
I'm as close as I want to be because I just want to see what's going to happen. If she's going to do anything at all. I'm not going to, like, do anything.
Alright. She goes, her eyes go bloodshot as her muscles kind of swell up and tense. She's gonna swing on you, Vera. She turns to you and she goes, "You're a pretty boy."
Ooh.
Thank you.
That's gonna hit. That's gonna hit.
Oh, my AC's 24 currently.
Yeah, I have not rolled lower than 18, so.
That's unfortunate.
17, 18, 17. Or 18, 18, 17, sorry. Yeah, those are all 3 hit, unfortunately. Alright. So. Ooh. So, she takes her huge axe and begins swinging at you, and much like the dwarf who had lots of momentum and force and strength behind it, you definitely feel your ribs just crack in the impact. And every time she hits you, you feel the wind knocked out of you further, and you take a total of 33 damage.
Ooh.
Dang.
Okay. I'm definitely bloody now.
So, you see, as the hooded figure, she kind of looks around really quick. See if she notices you. You're not trying to stealth, so...
Mm-hmm.
So you see her kind of look right at you. She kind of just, like, smirks a little bit.
And they kind of like...
Yeah. And then she jumps into the stand where Vino is, and there's this loud kind of like sound, and you see her jumping through the smoke, and she's got this book kind of in her arm as she's running through.
That bitch.
My book!
He actually had it?
What an idiot. Like, this guy's so dumb.
So she does that. She begins running this way. And you hear Vina go, "You morons, get after her!" And you see the guys look to each other and like, "Oh, right, boss."
They're also very dumb.
You two in the ring also hear this and see this. It's hard not to notice.
Do we see her running off with the book?
Yeah. Varys, you're up.
Oh boy. I am just gonna very quickly try and dispatch this person because that hurt a lot.
Okay.
Alright. And I'm going to try and blade flourish this one, or defensive flourish this one again.
Okay.
Alright, let's see if this is it. Nope. 25?
That hit.
Okay. Oh. My AC is now 20, but she takes 13 damage.
Alright.
Second attack. $23.
That hit.
Yeah. 11 damage. And for the final attack, that will be... Well, that was an 11, but 21.
That hit.
8 damage.
It's just enough. So, she kind of stumbles and she's like, "You don't fight fair." She falls over.
Oh.
And the crowd kind of is silent for a moment and they're like, "Woo!" And they're like, "Our champion was just taken down by the 2 newcomers." Wait, I've just been told. Yep, that's Varys! Varys indeed has maintained his form over all these years.
I'm like, I didn't notice what just happened because of like the explosion, and like I hear this and I look like, "Oh, Varys, you've made me money."
I like look up to the crowd and like wave and like smile, but I have like blood like dripping out of my mouth as I'm like
You're almost dead.
close to death.
Yeah. He goes, I can't wait to see who's gonna leave the ring tonight, folks.
Yep. That's all I got.
Alright, Alexia.
I forfeit.
But the book.
You know that's
Which is no longer in Vino's possession, so I'm
I don't know
more
if you can
concerned
see
about
that.
going after her. He said
you
we
all
did.
saw it, yeah. Can you
Oh,
have
did
the
we?
bottle? I got another natural one.
But, you know, I'm more concerned about getting out of here and like following her that I just forfeit because I know they have to have some sort of.
Alright, we'll take it back around to your turn, Varys, after this. So, several things happen at once. Ithlin, you do get a chance to go first before all of this.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna run after her.
Okay. Sprinting?
Yeah.
Okay. It is difficult terrain, so it's still half movement.
Yep.
So you can move 6 squares still.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you say anything when you catch up to her? You're currently like running right next to her.
Say anything to her?
Yeah. Do you want to say anything to her?
Just wink at her.
Like, hey, you're kind of cute.
Make a persuasion check.
That's not what we say to the enemy, Evelyn. She's just like, eh.
We'll find out.
I've seen better.
It's like leaves you in her dust.
We'll find out.
12.
All right.
Yeah.
She just
might
smiles
as well.
at you. She doesn't say anything. At that point, she breaks away from you. You can attack her if you wish.
I'm not gonna attack her.
Dude. Oh, man.
Can you at least try and like snatch the book out of her hand or something?
If you'd like to.
We can't tell him what to do.
What,
Ethlin makes
what
his
check
own
would that be?
decisions.
We'd find out
Sleight
if
of
you can
hand.
do it. Vino runs forward to the gate and he goes, Virus!
Whoop.
Don't embarrass me. You wouldn't be disappointed, would you?
No, Vino.
Take the fool.
What?
Take the
Why
fall.
would he take the fall? Wouldn't
Oh, you
that
want-
look worse?
Sure.
He goes, I got a lot of coin, but you won't make it out here alive. Now do it!
He wants me
Right.
to win. What the fuck?
Don't make me invoke the spell.
Why would he... Oh, do I hear this?
Yeah?
Do we all hear this?
Yeah, you hear him.
Alright, fine.
Make it look good.
I approach Varys and say, let's make this look good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I what, become
It's
the
not your
champion
turn
of
yet.
Falgar now?
Are you really gonna take down Varys?
Hey, man.
He's not fighting back.
Okay, but
Will you
it's
move
scary.
those
Like,
guys?
I'm not gonna kill
Will you
him.
move those guys 6 squares as well?
No.
Towards her.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They try and get as close to her as possible.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright, Alexia, or Varys, it's your turn.
I'm going
You
to
just like kick her body out of the
move up to
way.
Alexia and swing on her 3 times. And now that the source of my fear is here,
Oh, no.
I'm afraid. So,
Go ahead and take this advantage.
Oh, what's that?
does
Oh,
a
bitch.
does a 12 hit you?
No.
Okay. 3rd attack. Oh, a 22 does hit you though.
No. Shield.
Well,
Shield.
you do have a shield. Yeah, I just barely hit you, in fact.
No,
8.
you pretty much.
I hit you for 8. And then I swing again. And I miss horribly. And don't hurt me.
So you can tell that Varys is shooken by something, as well as he's not really putting as much effort into it as you know he's capable of. It is your turn, though.
And you're not sure if it's me pretending or if it's the real thing, but I'm panting heavily.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
Not that it's very good.
You never know.
Hold on. Okay. I'm proficient in it, so I can't tell if that's a 5 or I think it's a 6.
If you're proficient in insight, it should be wisdom plus.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. 15.
Yeah, I'm definitely like very winded. Also, it's like this weird mix of like fear. So it's like someone who's like scared, like that was just done running like for a while or something.
What would you like to do? You see her getting away. She has the thing that you only enter this tournament for to begin with. Vino's screaming for Varys to take the fall. You see Ithlin running after her. You see Vino's 2 goons running after her.
Oh, God.
The crowd...
So much going on.
The crowd is literally cheering arrow shot at this point for you to take Varys down.
Hey, you shut up.
And you know that it's to the death. It is not to incapacitate. You know that they're going to want you to kill him.
Can I do more of a performance thing than an attack thing?
What would you like to do?
I want to basically have a dance of blades with Varys. And, like, put on a show, but also have a conversation with him. So, like, as I'm talking, my back is towards Vino, so he can't, like, see what I'm saying. But when Varys is talking, his back is towards Vino, so he can't see what he's saying. And so we're just, like, dancing around, but also,
Okay.
like, fighting.
I will say, don't make attack rolls. Go ahead and make a performance check. Then Varys make an insight check.
My performance is so bad.
Well, this might be in your favor. Natural 1.
Oh!
Not in my favor at all!
Luckily,
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my insight was a 19.
Alexia begins swinging her sword at you
Ooh.
in such a predictable manner that you can tell that she is definitely trying to fake a fight with you at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really predictable. And it's kind of like the sword is coming at you really, really slowly. And you have that like moment you're like, do I just let it hit me? Or like, do I parry it? Like, I don't... This is like super... What the fuck is she doing? And you're like, is she faking it? She's faking it, isn't she? And you have time to think all of this before the sword's like halfway to you because it's so slowly coming at you.
I definitely don't take the hit.
Okay. What do you do?
I just kind of like parry it very easily. And I'm like, what are you doing?
You like tap her sword. It's not even an effort. You just like, ting. What? You can speak still. It's your turn. You can make a free action in speaking. So.
Okay. I want to be quiet enough where Varys is the only one who can hear me.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll say, make a stealth check.
Ooh, I'm dope at that.
Yeah. Let's see how quiet you are exactly.
24. 24 quiet.
Pretty quiet, yeah. Yeah, no one else hears you. That you're sure, rather, no one else hears.
Okay.
But yeah, she gets really close to you with that really predictable swing as you parry it, and you say,
What spell was Vino referring to, Varys?
I'm not sure what it's called. It's some forbidden ancient magic only privy to the gnome wizards.
What does it do? To
I'm
you
not
specifically.
I'm not at liberty to say is what it does. It's sort of like a magical binding contract. Let's just say I'll die.
Are you bound to him if you break some sort of rule?
There is a certain topic I'm not allowed to discuss that will cause my head to explode.
Is there a way to break the bond?
Extremely powerful magic.
Well, I cannot kill you, so how do we get out of this?
Stab me in the chest, preferably.
That could kill you, Varys.
I could take it. Make it appear as though it's a death blow, and I should be able to handle the rest.
I'm trusting you. Alright, so I take his lead and I attempt to to fake a death blow?
Make a performance check first.
What the- Okay, real quick. Does that count as an ability check?
Yeah, performance is an ability.
Okay.
You still haven't used
Can
your
I
bardic
use
inspiration.
both of your guys' inspiration
you
on the
can.
same?
You
Okay, so
can.
what's your inspiration? I know his is a 1d10.
Yours is just you get to re-roll it.
Okay.
You get advantage, basically.
You've got to use
Okay.
mine before you use his, though.
Okay. Oh, I think that's pretty good though. 18. I'm not gonna use my inspiration. That's 18.
Okay. 18's good.
I feel like that's pretty good.
Alright.
Probably fine.
Make an insight check first.
Just like step a teeny bit. Aside so I can kill you.
28.
Alright, you lean into the blow, you know exactly where she's aiming, and she slashes into you and kind of impales you momentarily, and you move out of the way just in time. It goes right past your heart.
Oh, no.
Fatal wound, but not nearly as fatal as it could have been. And you're stabbed upon your blade, and you're just kind of like, "Ugh," and you fall over. Would you like to use Flare to do this? We'll say, go ahead and roll damage, and it's on at crit.
So I rolled twice?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
6, so 11 damage.
You're still up?
Yes, but I'm barely hanging on.
Alright. So, given that you are still alive, you may make a performance check in response to die.
So I'd like to use my inspiration so that I just get a straight roll now.
Okay.
Because I'm sure I'm going to need it. Yeah, there's a 24.
24? Alright. How do you die? How do you do it?
I, get stabbed by her and I have the shock on my face, you really stabbed me. And, I grab, my chest and the blade and, with, blood on my hand, I'm, trembling. And, put my hand on her cheek. And then my hand, slowly slides down and there's just, the blood. And I,
spread.
slide off the blade and just, fall backwards onto the ground.
Alright, you're still alive. You're not unconscious.
As he does that, I grab his hand
Yeah, I know.
and, help him down. I'm just like, I'm sorry, my friend.
Make a performance
Because I'm
check.
very upset right now.
No, at this point, make a deception check, because you're straight up lying at this point.
I am sorry, I didn't want to stab him. Okay, deception.
But this is not... You know he's alive still. It's not nearly as dire as he's making it out to be.
15.
15. Alright, you cradle him in your arms, and
Yes,
you
I
say...
I'm sorry, my friend. And I just hold his hand. Just
the crowd around you roars louder than it has at all, and the announcer's kind of two allies forced to do combat in this godforsaken place. You can't fake that, folks. You can't fake that. Give it up for our new champion, Arrow Shot. And the crowd just erupts in more furious, praise and laughter.
Alright. I gently, lay Varys on the ground and I stand up. Does that not entertain you? How close is Vino? Is this just,
it's
a
5
fence
foot-
kind of thing, or is he, above us?
It's a metal grate, yeah.
Okay, so, I can, see him face
Yeah,
to
yeah.
face?
You see him and he's just he's a huge grin on his face. He's like, I won.
Okay. I approach him.
You bet 2,000 gold on me.
I did, yeah.
Sorry, my man.
It is Ithlin's turn at this point.
No.
Yeah, it is Ithlin's turn. What would you like to do? You just heard the announcement that Varys lost. As well as you see her running that way, Vino's guards chasing her. You're right next to Vino though, so you've heard him the entire time just take the full Varys, I'll invoke the spell.
Yeah,
Right.
bitch slap that guy, man. He just lost you monies.
I'm in a very public place. I can't just try and kill him as much as I'd like to do that.
Not what I said.
I'm just gonna keep after her.
Okay. You can dash still. And you have action surge, honestly, so you could
Yeah.
even outpace her if you wanted to. So you can move 6 squares with dash.
6.
And then
So,
Get her this time.
if you want
Can
action
I-
surge, you can dash again.
yeah, can I see, like, the book? She's just, like, physically holding the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got it, like, in both her arms like this as she's running forward.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, that's gonna be hard to get away.
I'm gonna try and grab it from her.
Slide.
I will say, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Give her a book from your backpack.
And she will also make one to try and get away from you.
Good performance, man.
I'm gonna use a point of luck.
Okay.
So that's pretty low. I can do better. That's also terrible.
3 points of luck.
Yeah, use another one. I don't know what else I'm gonna use, man. Not fighting anything. There we go. 21.
21. Unfortunately, that is not high enough.
Sure.
Oh,
As you very, very quickly use all of your warrior reflexes to just jump forward, and you briefly touch the book. Your fingers graze it before she moves in such a way that you've just never seen before. She is incredibly fast. And you graze the book as you grab it, and she kind of gives you this kind of whimsical look like, no, 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 and pulls it out of the way.
It's all foreplay. Don't worry.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got a natural 19, so. So, do anything else? You still action surge. If you want to try and get ahead of her as opposed to just keeping up with her, she's going to move on her turn, so.
I mean, like, I don't know where she's gonna go, though.
You can tell she's definitely heading towards the entrance to this place.
I'll run towards the entrance then.
Okay, do you want to run the same direction she's going, or do you want to try and cut her off?
Yeah, I'm trying to cut her off.
Okay. So at this point, you would, she has a whole crowd and the whole stadium to kind of circumvent. So you'd start heading back towards the way you came from. The entrance is over here, so
Okay.
you both kind of have the same amount of distance to travel for the most part. So you kind of break, and you can move yourself now.
But she's going, like, this way because the entrance
Yeah.
is here.
Yeah,
You want him to go back this way?
if you want to. I mean, that's up to him.
You could he like run
You can either
ahead of her and
6
get
squares, though.
lost in the crowd, and then
It's
just
up
like
to, it's
surprise
up to
her?
him on how he wants to do that. It's- Okay, so you kind of like, as you graze the book, you just bolt past her, and she can't really see her face from that. She begins moving. Just move another. She sees you, and she kind of like steps over here, away from you. Vino's guys still chasing after you both. Or her mostly, but running towards both of you. Alexia, you're up.
Okay. So, if I go up to Vino, can I grab him through the bars, or can I just talk to him?
Your fists wouldn't fit through the bars, but yeah, your fists are too. These are small chain links, so
Gotcha. So I can just talk to him.
yeah.
Okay. So, sadness in my heart. I lay Paris on the ground.
Well,
I grab the scimitar and I walk up on the ground, scimitar in hand, go and stand in front of Vino, and I point the scimitar at him. You did this. I will not forget that you made me kill a friend. You will pay for what you've done.
make an intimidation check with advantage.
You. Oh, god damn it!
Thankfully,
Intimidation.
you still have his bardic inspiration too.
Intimidation. Oh, that's an 8, so that's a 21.
Okay. He goes, "It's only business, love. I swear. It was just making money. I got a fat sum of money for Varys going down in that fight."
All I hear is your bidding other people's lives for selfish gains, and I will not stand for it.
It's just good business.
I put the scimitar away and walk away. You're not worth any of my time.
At this point, they cheer this. The crowd is cheering. They pull the side entrance open, so you can start moving this way if you like. This way opens up. You escape the winter pit.
I'm still making very fierce eye contact with
Okay.
Fino as I leave.
Okay. Ferris, you're up.
Yep. I maintain the ruse
Scrubs,
that
I'm
I've got.
alive!
Alright, Ithlin, you're up.
Let's see. I could try and, like, tackle her.
Told you to body check her earlier, man.
Yeah, I might try that.
Just wait for her to catch up and be like, right into the wall right there.
Just ask her out on a date. See what she says.
Catch her off guard.
Be like,
She's
hey, let's
like,
get out of here. Let's
"Oh."
get dinner.
That would be hilarious the entire time. You're just like, no, I like you. It's fine.
I mean, that's why I don't want to just, like, shoot an Eldritch Blast at her.
Yeah. Or another.
Because it'll send the wrong signal.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like, we're really,
You just want to
really
ask
both
her
on the
out
same
on
side,
the
you and me.
calmest of
Like,
dates. It's
you know.
fine. And his feet.
Love at first sight.
So, with where I'm standing right now, does she have to, like, run directly at me?
She'd have to run through you, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna move then. I'm
Okay.
gonna, like, try and stop whatever she's gonna try and do.
Put up a shield, make her run into it.
Shield!
That's how that works, unfortunately.
Damn.
That's not how it works.
So she walks up to you,
Hilarious.
and then she goes, "Do you really intend to stand in my way?"
If I must.
I intend to ask you on a date.
So be it. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit, she's gonna possess your mind.
Is this gonna be, like, a charm or anything like that?
It's not a charm effect, no. It is
Okay.
just a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Use my last point of luck because that was
Okay.
low. 20?
20?
Mm-hmm.
That was just barely enough. You feel your entire body tense up. And for a moment, she just kind of smiles as your body clearly has no movement whatsoever. You kind of force yourself to keep moving, and your limbs shake and your body shake, and slowly you start pulling your arms up in front of you. And she goes, "Impressive. You're no ordinary mortal." That's her turn. Alexa, you're up.
Is Vino still there?
Yeah.
Alright, I approach Vino.
And straight up attack
Other things
him.
going on, but
I'm not gonna attack him.
I assume you're dashing because it's difficult terrain with all the people there.
Yeah, I'll dash up to him.
Okay, so it's your action. I need another. I still have one more natural one I haven't drank for yet. I've been trying to space them out because it's whiskey. Anyway,
Alright.
what'd you like to do?
So, 1, I want the possession of Eris's body. 2, I want you to tell me everything you know about that book that the lady just ran off with.
He goes, You can keep his fucking body. I don't care. I've got everything I want.
I slap him.
Make an attack roll.
Talk to me like that.
Make an attack roll. Just use your strength.
6!
Yeah. You go to smack him and you forget he's shorter than you, and so you kind of like, it goes whoosh over his head, and he does flinch a little bit though, and he goes, as for the book, it's just ancient mumbo jumbo. I don't know anything about it.
I intimidate.
I just know it's worth money.
I imitate Gordon Ramsay. Damn. I just miss.
Damn.
Alright, so sorry, what? About the book?
I just know it's ancient mumbo jumbo. I just know it's worth money.
Jumbo. Is that all you care about is money?
Money makes the world go round, love. We'll figure that out soon enough. Little Very there died for a good cause.
And what cause was that?
To further my pocket.
I punch him.
Make your second attack roll. Just use string.
4!
Yeah, again, he's too quick and he's too short. You kind of end up like slamming your fist into the metal behind you or next to you.
I'll use that as like an angry, like intimidation tactic.
Okay. You still have one more attack.
You got off easy this time, because I have more pressing business to attend to.
Okay.
Can I leave?
You already used your movement, so.
Okay, I'll just stay here for
You
a
can action surge still and move another 30 feet.
Nah.
Okay.
I just stare him down.
Varys,
for a
you're
little
up.
while.
Still maintaining the ruse until somebody drags me away.
At this, speaking of that, at this point, yeah, people begin to start clearing the orc corpse out of the arena. They grab you and start dragging you out.
Yeah, so like without anyone noticing, like because Alexia didn't do it, I wanted her to do it, and it was killing me.
Oh,
But I had my eyes open the whole time, just staring into one spot, trying desperately
sorry.
not to move them. So then, like when I thought I could get away with it, I was just like, I closed my eyes.
Okay.
So like, yeah, they start to drag me away, and like as soon as we get to like an area where it's like, I think that the crowd isn't like around, like when we get to like an area where
They
like,
drag
I
you
feel
into
them.
this pit with you see Vulin there, the guy you had to kill.
Yeah.
One of the dwarf brothers is there, kind of kneeling over the corpse of his brother, as one of them just succumbed to his wounds in general. Was even determined to be killed, but he died anyways. You're dragged kind of into this corpse room, pretty much. And you see a lot of the earlier in the day combatants, the people that tried to fight for their spot here, the people who tried to fight to be in the main event like you guys were. There's a few other, like, you know, I'd say like probably 5 or so other corpses here. It's still like, but they've been here for hours too, so it's starting to smell really bad.
Yeah, as soon as someone puts me down, I just kind of like go, just like wake up.
Okay.
Just like holding my chest. I'm like, oh god, what happened?
Did you wait for people to leave, or still?
No,
there?
just like as soon as someone drops me, I'm like,
So the
like,
two
wake
people
up.
there, it's like, it's a bleeding ghost, and they run out.
oh my.
He's come back from the grave.
I look around and I'm like, I suppose I did. I still feel alive though. Definitely still bleeding. I need a little help from my friend. And I'm going to cast Healing Spirit at 5th level.
Okay.
So I'm going to have a kitty appear next to me.
Okay. It kind of starts rubbing against your leg, and you feel the rejuvenation take effect.
Yeah.
Ithlin, you're up. Who moved her? She's still in front of him.
So, what is she doing now?
She's currently just standing in front of you. She did something to you, and you felt it take effect, but you fought it off.
I'm gonna try and, like, grab her, like, restrain her.
That'll be an athletics check.
Oh, 9. Solo.
What is it?
A 9.
A 9. Let's shoot you guys. Alright. So... How do I want you to do this? Make an insight check. Because if I'm correct, she still failed. Yes. So make an insight check.
It was 9.
9.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea what just happened. You wrap your arms around her and attempt to restrain her.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, you feel her body kind of like strain against you, but you have a really good grip on her.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, you feel a giant surge of energy just radiate from her, and it throws you off of her entirely.
Hmm.
And with your insight check, you don't know what just happened.
She's still there?
She's still there, but
Oh.
some kind of force propelled you off of her, pretty much.
Oh, that's weird.
Ooh.
Would you like to do anything else?
What else can I do?
You have action surge still, so you have another action potentially.
No, I'm gonna save that. I might need it later.
Alright. She goes, let's try this again, and make another wisdom save.
Nine.
9. So you feel that same feeling as
3
your
9s
body
in a row.
tenses up entirely, and you no longer move. You are paralyzed at the moment. And she kind of, as she walks by you, she kind of like wipes her hand across your face, and she just kind of like gives you a gentle smack and smiles at you when she walks by you. So you're difficult terrain technically, so 10. Yeah, she can move to about there. She's gonna dash though, probably. There you go. After that is Varys. You're now up and about, so you get to go first.
Alright, so where am I? I'm here.
Oh, you
I
would,
don't know. Wherever the pit
you'd
is.
probably be far into the map, actually. It's where they take all the bodies.
Alright, so I don't know if I've ever been in here before, but
No, you've never lost.
Yeah, you've never been dead.
I've been dead, so I'm just going to...
The one dwarf that's alive is the one that you guys fought last. He goes, "You're a bleeding demon." Not that one.
Yeah, I took his shield. He's dead.
You're a bleeding demon. Can nothing bring you down?
It would appear not. Sorry about your, brother.
He knew this was getting into. You fought well. I respect that.
You too.
If I see you out in the world, though, I'm gonna knock your brains in.
Fair. How do I get out of here?
There's one entrance in here. I mean,
Yeah, I still ask him just to see how stupid he thinks I am.
oh, he was. It's right there. They dragged you in.
Oh, I see. Yeah, coming back from the brink is a little fuzzy on the brain. I'm going to move the kitty, which will be this.
Okay.
I will move it to the door, wherever that might be,
Okay.
and then I stand inside of the kitty.
Okay. So
Got
you,
it.
at this point, you come out to the doorway and you can see the crowd still there, still just asking for encores and wanting more blood. Alexia, you're up. At this point, the crowd is beginning to disperse as the fight's over, and people in the guards of this area are starting to be like, "All right, it's enough. You've had your bloodshed. Move on." And they're trying to be like, "Oh, we want more." It's like, "I don't care what you want." And they start kind of ushering people away. So it's no longer difficult terrain. As people are starting to filter, people are starting to filter towards the entrance. And so where you're at currently, it's not difficult terrain.
So if I dash, I can go like 12?
Yes. Now, your full movement is still there, so it's 6 squares for full movement. And then if you dash, it's 12 squares. And then if you action surge, it is...
24.
No, because it's only another 30 feet. So it's another 6 squares.
18.
So it's 18, yeah.
I dash.
Okay. At this point, you can see Ethlin just standing there, kind of moving his eyes around, but his body is completely petrified. Speaking of
Do I
Ethlin,
recognize it as, like, paralysis?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. Arcana. 18.
it's not bad. You recognize this as a hold person spell, so you realize that Ethlin can't move until the spell is dismissed or he overcomes it.
Oh, dicks. Okay.
Speaking of Ithlin, it was your turn. So the way this spell works, at the end of your turn, you're allowed to make a check. So your entire turn passes, and then you can make a wisdom saving throw to break out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You have Indomitable left too, so...
18.
18? Just barely doesn't pass, unfortunately. Do you want to use Indomitable?
Sure.
Good.
No. 3.
Yeah, unfortunately...
I'm permanently stuck. So.
You fight with all of your might, and you get your fingers to wiggle like a little bit, but you can't move beyond that. Would you like to make an Arcana check as well?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You use magic. Alright, it's her turn. Still difficult terrain for her, unfortunately. She's kind of pushing her way through the crowd. Varys, you're up.
Started my turn.
So
From
you
the
see at this
kitty.
point the crowd's trying to filter out and get away from everything and move.
So from where I'm at, I can see Vino.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Have the kitty run up over to there. And then I will move into where the kitty's at. I hope that was what you meant by take the fall.
He's like, Varys! You're supposed to be dead!
Yeah, I thought I was dead too.
If anyone sees you alive, I'm gonna lose an awful lot of money.
Well, got anything to help hide this?
What do you want me to do? Burn your face off, because I will.
I mean, you're a wizard, right? You can do magic.
You've disappointed me for the last time, Varys. You know how I hate being disappointed. And he begins to move his hands around, and this kind of like X appears on your chest, and he goes, "You forced me to do this." Make an Arcana check.
Oh no. 20.
You know this is Prestidigitation, a harmless incantation that does literally nothing.
Oh.
Okay.
It is the same mark he put on you many, many years ago and promised you would die should you ever betray him or speak of his business.
He's not a powerful wizard.
I'm
Yeah, he's not at all.
a little bit confused, Vino. Is this supposed to help me hide, or? Looks kind of like that thing you did to me a long time ago, but I mean, I've been adventuring for a while now, and I know that this doesn't really do anything.
You see his jaw kind of drop, and he's just like,
I knew he was pathetic.
Anyways, anything to help me hide? I mean, even a handkerchief or something.
he kind of like moves his hands clockwise for a moment, and you feel your bones kind of rearrange momentarily, not in a painful way, just kind of like shift a little bit. And you feel your face kind of rearranged, and he goes, "It's the best I can do."
All right, good. Well, guess I'll see you at the.
Changed your voice for that.
Yeah. I'll meet you back at the tavern.
Get out of here before anyone notices.
Yeah. Well, I used my movement, so I'm stuck there now
Okay.
for a turn. But
Just awkwardly staring at him. Alexia, you're up.
Alright, I dash.
I do begin to look for my friends, though.
Okay. You can see Alexia from there. You
Oh.
can even see Ithlin, honestly. You see Ithlin just standing there doing nothing.
Typical.
It's true.
I yell to the goons before I run past them to go back to their master.
Make a persuasion check, and what do you say?
This is beyond your capability. Let us handle it. Go back to your master. Persuasion?
Mm-hmm. With advantage. Whew.
Nat 20.
There we go.
Wow.
So 23.
Yeah. So they're so dumb, they kind of look at each other and they're like, I guess we should report to the boss. Right. And then on their movement, they're going to move back towards Vino.
Alright, and I dash.
Okay. It'd be an action to do that check. Persuasion check.
Okay.
So you still move 30.
And if I dash, it's still the 60?
Yeah, but you have to action search to dash.
Oh, gotcha.
But you
okay.
can move through Ithlin as well, because he's an ally, so
Oh,
you're
so I
not
think
you're
that's
not restrained the way that she was.
three,
Are you
6.
action searching and dashing?
Just the regular 6.
Just 30 feet? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ithlin, you're up. End of your turn passes, make a wisdom saving throw.
Mm. Oh, it's 14.
Alright, you maintain frozen there. At this point, just makes your way out of the crowd up the stairs into the streets, and you feel the spell just release from you.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly you have full movement again. Varys, you're up.
I will move the kitty. Oh, Jesus.
Honestly, at this point, you guys are out of combat, so just, what do you guys want to do in general? How do you want to go about things?
Chase her down.
Okay.
Tell Ithlin to stop standing there like a statue and do something.
Okay.
Move over there with my cat, so I heal.
Okay.
This is... Oh, baby. I'm just gonna keep going until I get to them.
Okay. So for the sake of brevity, we'll say you all eventually catch up.
It's
You
like
kind of make your way through the
2 more
crowd.
rounds.
I'll say about 5 minutes pass, so anything active beyond that kind of goes away.
7.
So I lose all my inspiration because I didn't use them.
Yes. So this is only unlike for per session, this is per combat for the arena. So
Well, I also lose bardic inspiration, right? Because that only lasts for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, it only lasts 10 minutes.
it's still on actually. Then you'd still have it for another 5 minutes. It takes you guys if you're dashing, it takes like about 7 minutes to run up the steps. Given the fact there are people also going up those steps, not everyone is leaving through the VIP entrance. It'll take you about 10 minutes, I'd say, if you're sprinting to get through all the people as well as come out the secret entrance onto this place. So your bardic inspiration would be gone. However, she is under the same restrictions. So
So it takes me like 2 rounds to catch up to them, and I still have 5 rounds of this thing left. So can I reveal to them who I am and let them receive the healing from
you
the
see
magical
a
kitty?
particularly kind of like fugly-faced human walk up to you guys, and he's like, "Oh, hey guys."
Hey, how's it going?
We don't know you. What do you want?
You sure you don't know me, beautiful? I wink at you.
Oh, God. Varys, is that you?
Maybe.
Why?
Pretty good job we did, huh?
And they give you
Why
those,
do
your guys' minis.
Why do you look like this?
Oh, we can't let people know that I didn't die.
Fair point.
Hey.
You're
Pet my
a-
cat.
You're a master
You
of
see this-
disguise. Why didn't you create a disguise for yourself?
Well, I didn't have my stealth with me or my armor.
True.
And none of my bardic spells are disguise-based anyways.
Silly question.
But yeah, this little guy here is healing up all my wounds. You see me petting the cat, and you see like magic like come from the cat, like healing magic, and start healing. Go ahead and give him a stroke.
Yeah, pet versus cat. It's not a big deal.
I hesitantly stroke the cat.
Okay. Healing effect evokes.
Yeah, so you heal for 4d6 every time you touch the cat for the next.
You should probably
5
roll it.
rounds.
It's your spell.
Yeah.
Okay. So you heal for holy shit, 18 for the first round.
So you guys come out into up into the city limits and up to this crowded passage, and you guys look around, and the last thing you see, because you have recognized her already at this point, you see a small wisp of her cloak flow onto the roof as you see that she has climbed up onto a building. And there's some boxes and stuff you can climb onto to get up there as well.
Okay. I'm the only one that noticed that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the one who passively notices it. You guys may also make perception checks if you like. You know what she looks like, but you're not... Iflin's been staring at her the entire time.
Ooh, 23. Perception.
You notice as well. Varys, you want to make a perception check?
Yeah. So over the course that the cat is with us, you heal for 57.
Is that on top of the 18?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I cast this at a very high level, so I'm making a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't want to, it'd be your passive perception. But
Well, I should have used passive, but that's 16.
you notice as well, she's not trying to hide her movement, she's just trying to get away from you guys. So you see the small end of her cloak kind of like trail onto the rooftops, and you can see several pipes and barrels and things like that. You can climb up there, and you guys are agile enough, you could easily jump up there onto the roof without any problem. You see her she's trying to escape onto the higher ground.
Ooh.
Okay.
Later, kitty, as the kitty disappears, and I summon my scimitar. That feels better.
Oh.
You guys have all your stuff. It's just
Yeah, I have
you,
a bag of holding. I
You
just haven't
literally
put everything
it'll
on.
literally take time to equip all of it. It'll take if you spend the number of rounds required to put on all of your armor and equip all of your weapons, she would probably be gone.
Oh, fuck. Alright, well, I have the
Got my
one
other one?
scimitar.
Currently,
Yeah, I handed you
currently you
stuff
guys are hot on her trail though.
I have the one scimitar. Keep going. We chase after her. I chase after her.
Okay, we'll keep the initiative around. So Varys, you're up first.
Where is she?
On the rooftops.
So you guys are down here. This is the way up to it. She is up there.
Give me a moment while I check to see if I can target multiple people with this real quick. Oh, cool. It's just one person. Oh, you look like you really want to get after her. Here you go. And I reach out and I grab you, and I cast Spider Climb on you. So now you have a climb speed equal to your movement. So now you can like run up the wall if you want.
Awesome.
Nice.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
It should last for a while unless I get distracted. So if you depends on how much you trust me on not getting distracted. Wow, was that a bird?
Alexia, you're
Squirrel.
up. I assume you're done.
Well, if we're planning on climbing up after her, I guess I'll just like start to climb up.
Okay. The first step very very easy. There's basically a path laid out for you. You can climb onto these barrels, and it's like a few inches of pipe to like kind of grip on, like pull yourself off on the roof. So it's still it's about 40 or so feet up. So
Oh my. I'll start to climb up.
okay. After you is Ethelyn or Alexia, sorry.
I also start to climb.
Okay, you can use your dash action to get up there onto the roof.
Oh. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, the first check very very easy. It's not even a check. You can just It's a simple path up onto the roof.
Okay.
So you can move 12 squares. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, or sorry, 30, 35. You're caught up to her at that point. Just with 30, so. Or sorry, it's 40 feet up, so you're caught up to her at 40. So you would have used your action to dash to that point. So you have 20 feet of movement left, but no attacks.
Is there a way for me to like get in front of her?
You can't move through enemy terrain, unfortunately.
Okay.
So.
And I can't attack, so I'm just kind of
Yeah.
stuck there.
She kind of stops across this little beam across there, and she turns around and sees you, and she goes, "Oh, you're persistent."
That I am. Just hand over the book and we'll be fine.
Oh, this. You want this?
Yes. And for you to put Vanden back to the way it was, not frozen.
Oh, I see. You think I did that?
Yeah. Who else would have done it?
Truly are interesting. Ithlance, your turn.
So, I have spider climb. How does that affect my ability to get like up somewhere?
It's about
else?
40 feet up. So, given the fact you are not taking the time to climb up these barrels, grabbing the pipe, pulling yourself up there, it'll effectively have it. So instead of moving 40 feet climbing, it is 20 feet just running up the wall.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean I can get like behind her?
So from where you're at, it'd be about
You're like, what are we looking at?
5, 10, 15, 20. You'd be about there with 20 feet of movement. And then you can move another 10 in any direction. But you'd pretty much get up to her at that point.
So what is this? Like
So
different like
you,
rooftops
so
of
yeah, you're on top of
buildings,
rooftops
or-
currently, and there are other beams kind of connected across it, and you kind of gather this maybe be how some of the sketchier folk kind of traverse and get away. There are some huge gaps across the buildings as well, but you are on top of these large fall guard buildings,
Gotcha. Okay.
and they're only getting taller as you look ahead. These ones are each taller than the last, but some of them are connected. Some of them you have to jump across.
So it's actually like an incline of like
Yes,
boards leading.
but you are
one
currently
to
on the
other.
rooftops of Fall Guard. You look down, you can see the snow and the people kind of like looking around, and a few of them have noticed you, and they're like, "People on the roof, really?"
Okay. Gotcha.
So you're at 20 feet there. Would you like to move an additional 10 and get within, like, next to her at least?
No, because she's just gonna like use whole person again.
I mean,
Just
maybe.
won't be able to do anything.
You don't know.
I mean, if that gets cast on me, I'm basically stuck. Like, I have to roll like a 19.
Yeah. Alright, so it's her turn. She goes, "I guess the chase is on then," and she begins running this way. You make an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Yes.
With the scimitar. That's what you have equipped currently.
Who's you?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can still make an attack roll. This is just her moving in general. Even if you hit her.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, you swing and she moves impossibly fast away from you. So 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So she runs across several beams currently on the plateau. Varys, you're up.
Oh, how far away is she now?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 statically.
Alright, I get up. So what's the deal? We're just trying to get her?
It's like another 10 feet up. So at that point you have 20 feet of movement left and then an action.
Yeah. We're not trying to kill her or anything, just trying to stop her? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay,
For
cool.
now.
Oh, that would probably... No, both the things I want to do would, like, end your spider climb, but whatever. You no longer feel your feet able to, like, stick onto surfaces.
He's already up.
As I cast Bigby's hand.
Bigby's hand!
And
Good
I
for all
need...
joke.
Yeah, I need a, something to represent a large hand. That'll
sure.
work.
That'll work.
Make a giant hand appear behind her.
Okay.
And...
In front of her.
Whoa, in front of her, yeah.
I assume she's looking where she's going.
Oh. When I cast a spell, I can do it. And as a bonus action on subsequent turns. Cool. I'm going to have it attempt to grab her. And
Alright. Here's the funny thing. So I got a natural 1.
Yes.
So either way, I succeed. However, Varys, make an insight check.
okay.
Dude, you and I have been rolling
16.
a shit ton of nat 1s.
16?
Bad.
So what you see, and you understand this to a degree, but not what it is or how it is accomplished. You see the hand grab her, and through the arcane power that you willed with that hand, you grab her. You see her kind of like struggle and try and pull against it, and you look at her and you're sure you've got her. And then she smirks at you, and the hand pushes away from her, and it kind of recoils a little bit as she breaks out of the grasp. You have seen other creatures simply defeat things before. You
That was
seemingly,
interesting.
you seemingly had the upper hand, and then you didn't.
I am dead.
Alright, after versus Lexia.
I'm not close enough to attack, so I'll just wait there for her.
Okay, next would be Evelyn. So I guess we make compliments round.
So she can walk through it, just so you know.
Okay, good. It's Evelyn's turn though, so hopefully
So is it like a
a giant,
ethereal kind of thing?
yeah, a
like,
giant ethereal purple hand just, or it could be blue. Your color is blue for your god, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a giant blue hand just rises up, grips around her, and momentarily has her locked, and then just kind of explodes off of her and kind of recoils a little bit.
So is it still like in the shape of a hand?
Yeah,
Kinda
it's
like
still-
she's just like a force field kind of thing,
Yeah.
where it's like
Yeah.
okay.
Ithlin, it's your turn. You saw Varys just trying to restrain her, much like you did with this huge, massive, ethereal blue hand. It wrapped around her, and then just, similar to you, just exploded off of her.
How far can he move? Let's see. 30. I don't know if I even can do anything.
Certainly try. Anything's worth a try.
Yeah.
Could Eldritch Blast her if
I
you
mean, I
were
could just
so in
straight up
love?
attack her.
Oh. This is the part I was excited for, by the way. The rooftop combat. I was like, why not? Let's have rooftop combat.
First thing I thought of was Aladdin, when they're just like hopping from rooftop to rooftop.
Sorta. It's also similar to Celios. Celios has much more. Celios has several sections. So, you have a ground floor, a middle floor, and a higher floor. And Celios is such a clusterfuck of buildings that some people live on the highest floor pretty much. And it's essentially clay built on top of clay. So it's similar to that, but this is actually just very tall buildings connected because they're planks and things of that nature. And like I said, you look down, you can see people. Some of them have noticed you at this point. They're like, why are there people on there? Other people are just walking by, minding their own business.
Oh my god.
I can't really do anything, so it's fine.
You want to try anything at all? Right.
All my ranged attacks suck, so...
She's gonna make an athletics check. That'll do it. So she goes ta-ta and jumps from here over to here.
God damn it.
And she kind of stands there and she kind of smirks at all of you. And that's her turn. Lexia, you're up.
Crap.
Does Vision be in the AOP at all, or...?
No.
Okay, so I didn't know if it was that conscious or not. I don't know if it was spiritual weapon.
It's not a creature, but it does have AC and it does have hit points.
I'm
Gotcha.
gonna dash and just keep up with her.
Okay. Varys, you're up. It was Varys' turn first, but that's fine.
You just said Alexia.
I know.
Do you want me to go back?
Well, no, it's fine. I had Varys as second after you because he died, but I just fixed it now.
I actually do have something that's going to change how you do your turn.
That's fine, so go ahead and deck this. But I'm sorry, I said I had Varys after you
Sorry.
because he died, and that fucked me up there. But
Alright.
so Varys goes first.
So I'm going to move over here. Stop jumping across shit, and I'm going to move the hand up to 60 feet. So
Okay.
that's bonus action, and then I can have it do one of the following, and I'm going to have it attempt to push her.
Okay.
So if she's medium or smaller, I have advantage, which I assume she's medium.
She has
so-
medium, yes.
So she needs to make an athletics check. And the hand got a 20.
Let me see what she got. She beats it, actually. The hand attempts to push her forward, but she doesn't budge.
Oh. Unfortunate. Well, now I need to figure out what else I want to do.
That looks really good.
As well as concentration. I don't want to do that. I'm having enough of her bullshit. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at her.
Okay. So is it a bonus action to make the hand move and do a thing?
Yeah.
Or? Okay, I just need to make sure. So your action is Eldritch Blast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright. 3 beams. Okay, well the lowest one was a 14?
The lowest was 14. 14 misses.
Okay. And then 27 and 29.
Those two what?
Nice.
Which takes 9 plus 11 's 20 damage.
Okay. For both?
Total.
Alright, so the first one fires past her and she kind of ducks under it. And as she kind of like stands back up to smile, the other two oh, hiccups into her. Alexia, it's now your turn.
Okay.
So I assume you're moving up to her still? You can still move the same to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I dash up to her.
It's on your up.
See, what I was hoping for was I was going to push her back to that building so you could get up to her really easily. But
Oh, now we have her floating.
Anything else?
I don't know if I get an advantage for your hand being there.
It's not a creature, so no.
Okay.
You just move up there, you don't want to make any attack spells? You saw Varys launch Eldritch Blast there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the hand has hit points, but it doesn't have hit dice, so it's not a creature.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
At this
either
point,
way,
you know combat
I feel
has
like
broken
we're
loose, so...
we're limiting her space of movement anyway.
I mean, she just jumped like a 5, 10, 15, like a 20-foot gap.
I don't
kinda
think she can
crazy.
jump from here to here. Like she can go like over here. I feel like we have her pretty well cornered.
No, it's fine. I've got to leave anyway, so.
You have 6 minutes. You need to see this reveal. So, she looks to all of you and she goes, "My, you're very serious about this book, I see. Doesn't matter so much to you."
And about Vanden, I want to see Vanden restored.
And she kind of like pulls it from her side and she flips through it a bit and she's just like,
Oh no.
a huge smile erupts from her face.
Oh, no.
And she drops it onto the ground, just... And at the same time, a huge flurry of ice and snow begins to form around her. And your
Oh, no.
sight is blinded momentarily. And then when the snow clears,
Does her name happen to be Elsa?
When the snow clears.
Is it just Snowman?
The Snowman King, Count Olaf.
Who likes warm hugs?
The elf you saw before you is gone,
Oh god.
and this massive dragon takes her place.
Oh, come on!
What the fuck? Is that the dragon we already killed?
No, there's a different white dragon.
No. Well, that sucks. This means Lawless is gonna show up.
Well, maybe.
Here it is. Sorry, I need the whole thing. I got it. A massive dragon takes her place. I need all of you.
It's like she turned into a dragon, or she like transported herself and a dragon.
You don't know.
Oh my god. Either way, it's bad.
All of you make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save.
Yes.
That's funny!
Nice.
I'm good. I'm good.
9?
Okay.
Oh yeah, the fighter's pass. For sure.
Yeah. 25.
I had a 28.
28 and 25, and then Varys got 9.
20.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. 1 second.
It's gonna be good, guys. It's gonna be good.
Well, I hope you're not dead, Varys.
Yeah, there's a lot of rolls going on in the
That's,
background.
What's more of that dragon bullshit?
And we're probably gonna
dealing
get
with
half
last time.
of it.
So, Varys, you take a total of 46 damage.
Oh, dang.
The rest of you take a total of 23 damage. And this blast erupts from this creature's mouth. And not as strong as the dragon you fought previous. Nowhere near as strong as the dragon you fought previous. But this icy blast erupts from this creature's mouth. Takes out
46?
46, yeah.
46, okay.
Several of the beams,
Jeez.
part of the buildings you guys are currently on.
Oh, no.
Despite the fact you guys passed, you all fall down, kind of tumbling down. You will all take an additional...
Oh.
Wait, I'm standing on a building now.
Yeah, I know.
You
Oh,
still
no.
fall. And your hand does not catch you.
Oh, my hand disappeared after the blast of whatever that was.
You two will take another 36 damage as you fall
36?
down to the ground. Yeah, you're fine. You're on top of the building
Shit.
still. You guys fall down, rubble all over you guys. You see the creature kind of just flap its wings and fly off into the distance.
Bitch.
And that is the roll of tonight's session, guys.
Oh, crap. Alright. Well done, guys.
I send my kitty into the rubble.
So thank you everyone for hanging out with us tonight. I love seeing those comments happening, those subs happening, all of that stuff. This is not possible that you guys just every week just sending some kind of support. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I hope this keeps entertaining. If you're new to the stream, welcome. We have our YouTube series of everything that's happened up to this point, every single thing up to this point, while they're chasing dragons across the city. From episode 1 across this point on YouTube. That link is down below. And if you're returning, thanks for hanging out every week. Thanks for just being here in general. Thanks for doing things. And one last mention of the fact that if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to our channel for free every month. It does not renew, so you have to keep doing it manually, which kind of sucks. But every month it's completely free to you. It doesn't cost you anything other than your Amazon Prime subscription. So helps us out. We can get better equipment, minis, maps, whatever, for this stream to make it a better experience for you guys. Until then, we'll see you guys next week, and stay nerdy, my friends.